Can you repeat that, Lethal, now that we're live?
What did Harry Potter say to Hermione when he found out she was pregnant?
I don't
Fetus
know.
deletus.
There you go. And that's how we get started on a Sunday. What's going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. We're ready to go. We got the fuck Naughty Dog up there because, you know, even though there hasn't been anything past couple of days, fuck Naughty Dog always and forever because that's what we do here on this channel. I know Dave Filoni would really like that. That's why he comes and watches this channel just for that. He hears fuck dogs. He's all in. But we have a good panel for you guys today. We have Lethal, Lightning. What's going on, Lethal?
I'm practicing my magic with Harry for the unexpected moments.
What does that mean?
I've been getting into some witchcraft in bush lately.
Witchcraft in the bush.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So now that the quarantine's over, it's a little bit easier to get into the bush. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I understand now.
Hey, Lethal?
Yep.
Knock, knock.
Oh, who's there?
You know.
You know who?
Yes.
There you go. There's a little Harry Potter joke to start us off. I like it. And we also have Steve Kenobi here.
Hi.
Hi, Steve. Good introduction. This is Steve Kenobi. He's a regular panelist on here. We're always happy to have him. The quick wit is really what we're always looking for. And we also have Mara Jade, also known as Jade Shadow on YouTube. Mara, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I actually, when you sent the link in the chat, I had literally just woken up from a nap, and I just said, "Oh, screw it! I'll come on," because it's always fun to be on stream with you guys. So
a nap. That sounds nice. I wish I could have had one of those.
It was more like it. I was working out outside, and it was so hot. I came in and I just passed out because the gyms aren't open here still. So
I need to go work out outside too, but instead I stayed inside and did stupid YouTube stuff all day like a bitch. But we also have someone else here joining us, Subhuman. How are you doing, Subhuman?
I'm good. I'm done for the day.
Done for the day. A nice long drive, and now you're ready to relax?
Yep, till tomorrow.
Where are you at? Around where are you at?
I am in Wesley, California right now.
Oh, dang. That's probably like 8 hours north of me.
Yeah, it's off of I-5. I'm about 2 hours away from Oakland.
Okay. Yeah, well, Oakland's about 7 hours from me. I never have any interest in going there for some reason. And I would recommend no one else do right now either.
Yeah, no.
We do have a super sticker from the Price is Right review. A thumbs up. Thank you, Price is Right. Really appreciate that. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat as we get going. Alice is the first comment. Alice Dubois. Rowling is canceled again. This seems to be a monthly thing now. Well,
yeah. She's PMSing.
Yes. One can say
Steve.
that. Okay, well, it's ironic that you say that, Steve, because her comment was literally about menstruation. So it is ironic. But yeah, J.K. Rowling, it's funny, and we're going to talk about that, how these freaking people, it doesn't matter if you agree on them with 99% of stuff. It doesn't matter how much you do. It doesn't matter what you say, how you virtue signal. You say one thing wrong, go fuck yourself. You're canceled because these people are insane.
So the golden rule is just say everything wrong anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna lose anyway, so just.
I don't care if it's wrong or not. I just say whatever.
Yeah.
Me too.
No one listens.
The problem with me though, I can't say anything wrong because I'm always right. So.
Oh really? Well, that must be a real blessing, Steve. How does one happen upon that skill?
It's you're born with it. You have to be born in Norway.
Oh,
Now I get screwed.
Let me tweet this out here. I always forget to tweet out my streams. There we go. Just tweeted it out.
I heard you say no one listens, Lethal.
Yeah.
She heard that.
Yep.
saying that she listens.
She does, but no one listens to her.
Oh, she's a woman.
Exactly.
Becky Browen with the fuck Naughty Dogs in the chat. Thank you so much, Becky. And Becky is a channel member. Thank you so much. And I'll say it right now, I am going to be doing a members stream at some point later in the week. So stand by on that the community tab, and also for patrons as well. They'll be able to take part of it too. I'm going to be doing that later on. So maybe Thursday, if I can do it Thursday, but I will let everybody know. Ooh, bless you.
That day. Yeah, I know.
CD Freedom. It's been over a decade since the Bane trilogy, and there's still some of the best Star Wars books we have. If Karpyshyn continued with the Darzana duology, that would have been awesome. We are going to talk all about Drew Karpyshyn today and about Lucasfilm's fucking mistake in not working with him, for sure.
Lucasfilm is a mistake.
Lucasfilm's not Disney was.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is a blessing in disguise, because if they don't work with him, they won't screw up his characters like they did with Thrawn, with Timothy Zahn. So. Disney Thrawn is a joke.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little about Disney Thrawn today too, because of course, even though he's a joke in Disney canon, he's still basically the best character they have, so they keep using him. We've got Eric Maldonado Herrera. Hello. Lorena's here. What's up, everyone? Good to see you, Lorena. The Saint is here. Who else is here? Teresa's here. Hello, Teresa. Sogi one. Is that Soj? Is that what that is? Soj 01?
Looks like it's spelled like Soj.
Soj. Hail Ryan Kinel from Louisiana. What the fuck? No way. Fuck Ryan Kinel from Louisiana. That dude's a bitch.
That guy still owes me a super chat.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He still owes me a super chat because he said that he would send me one if I bought fuck Naughty Dog merchandise, which I did. I kept my end of the bargain. I'm still waiting for the I think I ordered the tank top. The t-shirts. Sorry, t-shirts. Still waiting for that, but he reneged on the super chat.
Well, didn't he get his identity stolen or something? Ironically.
Yeah. that's what he said, but I figured by now he's gotten it straightened out. So I'm like, maybe you can owe me a super chat now.
Maybe.
We got that Jeremy owes me a super chat.
For what?
When I did my 2 strikes on the channel live stream, I said, fuck it, let's see if we can get a third. And I was letting everyone on. And then he came on, and the last thing he said was, all right, I'm going to send Lethal a super chat. And then he left, and then he never sent it.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
We'll have to remind him. Use a highlighted message. Use a highlighted message during our Mario Kart stream tonight.
All right.
That's what you need to do.
Good idea.
God damn, look at this motherfucker. Always around. Ain't got no fucking life. Ryan Kinel from Louisiana, you bitch. But a lot of people are in here. I see Trey Courtney saying fuck Naughty Dog. I see Runner Studios. What's up, Cooper? Alex McCarthy says, sing us some Grease, Ryan. I sang a little bit earlier.
So did I.
Yeah, so did Subhuman. Chosen One's here. A lot of people in the chat. Broba Fett is here. And, of course, Broba Fett is going to remind me of on my EU video, I promise. I'm going to try to get the Darth Maul video up on Geeks and Gamers some point this week. So stand by. I will make sure I post something in the community tab too. I assume everyone subscribed to me is also subscribed to Geeks and Gamers, but not necessarily. But I'll make sure I share it when it happens. Thank you so much to Tatsunami. Tatsunami is a new channel member. Really appreciate that, Tatsunami. You can now use those emotes. And I do have 2 or 3 more spaces for emotes. So if you guys have any ideas, please let me know. The best way is probably to you can put them in chat here and we can talk about it, or you can maybe DM me if you got a really good idea for one, so I won't forget it. The Price is Right review for $5. Laughable, stupid news for you. Excuse me. Looks like HBO is reshooting the Looney Tunes, but no guns allowed. So Elmer Fudd's hunting with a sickle now. No joke.
That is kidding me.
That's true. HBO Max.
True. They won't give him a gun. They won't give him the rifle, and it.
That's what makes Elmer Fudd is that rifle.
Yeah, and they'll still let Wile E. Coyote use explosives.
Oh no! No. Do not fuck up with the Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote. Those are still my favorite cartoons.
Well, and that's true. We could talk about that a little bit right now. Thank you, Price is Right, for bringing that up. It's true that they are doing that. And the thing is, they are still doing all the violence. They are still using cannons and explosives and dynamite and stuff like that. And in a lot of ways, it does kind of look like Looney Tunes of old. But this notion that they're not going to put guns in there to make some kind of statement. Like they were very straightforward. That's what they wanted to do because of gun violence in the United States. That's what they said. They don't want to use guns. So not only is Elmer Fudd not going to have a gun, but Yosemite Sam will also not have a gun.
No, not Yosemite Sam. I love when he does this kind of stuff.
Are they still having the old Looney Tunes? Oh, go on, Steve.
I bet you they still have Sopranos and Band of Brothers on, though.
Yeah.
Probably.
There's guns in those.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think that I think Lethal, you're about to ask if they still have the old Looney Tunes up there.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out because I'll be quite honest. I watched Looney Tunes when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
It's not something I care about right now. You know, I wouldn't go watch this anyway. You know, even if they didn't, kind of take guns away from us. But it's not something that personally I was going to be interested in. But it is interesting that they choose to make that political statement that way. It really rubs me the wrong way, to be quite honest.
Well, it's just because it's just a knee-jerk reaction to what's going on, and it's just pandering. It's really nothing more than what it is.
Yeah.
Grew up watching Looney Tunes and thought to try anything that was going on in that cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. Are you going to try to run off? Well, I saw a video of some kid brushing his eyes with a toothbrush because he saw SpongeBob do it. It can happen, but in general, yeah. Well, what happened to Subhuman? Yeah. Subhuman dropped out. He got so distressed. Oh, he's coming back. Andrew's here for Australian $2. Freak squealing girls over dingoes.
I think he's talking about Anna. She had a reaction on the live stream to a baby dingo. Yeah.
Rip eardrums.
Yeah, I heard it. And Subhuman's back.
I hate my Wi-Fi.
It's pretty good considering it's a truck.
It's my hotspot.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But Steve, what about you? What's your view on this? Someone who's not American, not Australian, someone from peaceful Norwegian lands. What do you think about Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam not having guns anymore?
Norwegian? I thought he was from Sweden.
Elmer Fudd's gun is as iconic as Popeye's spinach.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you remove it, it won't be Elmer Fudd.
Yep.
I want to see that's really what I want to. Someone's like, it's probably a good thing because every time he sticks it in a hole, it comes out the other side, and he keeps getting it tied in knots. I saw somebody say that, but it's funny. It's part of the gimmick. And
yeah, well, if you think about it, they're afraid kids will be pro guns if they watch Elmer Fudd. Instead, you'll have kids running around with a sickle. Then you'll have children of the corn. That's worse.
And a sickle may be easy to get your hands on the gun.
Oh, yeah.
You're
going to attack animals with a sickle.
Oh, my gosh. I'm looking at this.
No longer a hunter.
Did you see what I just posted, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about, though.
I had a quick scan. Screen Crush, they put up this article about 1 minute ago talking about how there's time travel and the Empire Strikes Back and no one ever noticed. And I did a quick scan read for it, and what they're getting at is when Luke's on Dagobah and he sees Leia and Han being tortured.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that's time travel.
No, it isn't.
Wait, what?
All right, you guys want to watch it right now and crush these people?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Did they not know the word premonition, foreshadowing, basically just seeing into the future?
I didn't read the whole thing, just did a scan read, and that's kind of what it looks like.
All right, well, it's only about a 6 minute video. So why don't we go ahead and check it out?
People are stupid.
So this is from Screen Crush. Well, this was posted on May 21st. It says, "Is there time travel in The Empire Strikes Back and no one noticed?" Theory.
Well,
no.
The thing popped up 1 minute ago.
Yeah, the article did.
They posted it on Twitter 1 minute ago.
Are there retards on Screen Crush that everyone noticed?
All right.
Not theory, fact.
Let's see what happens.
Future, you see. Future.
Yeah, so
welcome to Screen Crush.
future
I'm
you
Ryan
see.
Airy. I've recently been rewatching the entire Star Wars saga because that's what I do between Marvel binges. And
Oh, you poor soul.
I noticed that Empire Strikes Back actually introduces a form of time travel into the saga. Now, not physical time travel like people moving back and forth in time. That does exist in Star Wars, which I'll talk about later.
Fuck Rebels.
Oh shit.
Empire proves that it's possible to communicate with the Force backwards in time, kind of like the movie Frequency when Dennis Quaid talks to his grown son in the future.
That's an encyclopedia.
What?
Wait,
Well,
what?
I don't think that's true. I think that he's sensing what's going to happen in the future. That's not a message necessarily.
No, he's talking to himself in the future. Did you not hear the man? He recently rewatched it.
All right, let's listen to what he said again.
About later. Empire proves that it's possible to communicate with the Force backwards in time, kind of like
Communicate with the Force backwards in time.
Okay, that don't make no sense.
I mean, it's just a bad example, I think, to be talking about communicating with the Force and what's going on here. He's literally talking to someone in the past in Frequency. Like, that's what's going on there. I think that the idea that you can sense the future, that you can sense things that may happen, isn't necessarily communicating with the Force. It's kind of letting the Force flow through you.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see where they're going.
the movie Frequency when Dennis Quaid talks to his grown son in the future.
That's an
It's a good
Encyclopedia
movie.
Brown, the case of the dead letter
Yeah,
office.
feel good movie.
First, since we're talking about Empire, I need to clearly establish the timeline of the movie because it can be a little confusing. After the Battle of
Can
Hoth,
it?
Luke splits off from the other rebels to train on Dagobah. Meanwhile, Han and Leia have trouble rendezvousing with the fleet because the Millennium Falcon's hyperdrive is broken.
It's not my
It's not my
fault.
fault.
Travel to Bespin at sublight speed, and that takes a very, very long time. So while the movie is edited to look like all of the events are happening at the same time, Luke is actually training on Dagobah for several weeks while the Falcon is limping.
It's actually a really good thing that they're saying this, to be
Yeah.
honest. Because that's a misconception that a ton of people have.
Well, yeah, that is true, but thankfully he has that timeline chart on the screen because I would have never figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me dumb stupid. Me need Ryan Johnson to tell me timeline.
God.
Look, Carrie, where's the cocaine at?
Look at
I'm
her.
so wrong. I'm sorry.
Look at her eyes. You
Cocaine.
can tell she definitely found it between this and Jedi because she's a little rounder in the face here. By Jedi, she tightens up, you know.
Yeah.
Probably some of that spice Han had been smuggling. Probably
Yeah.
some leftovers. Didn't have,
Oh,
didn't
man.
have food, so she just munched cocaine and stuff.
Melissa Lord for $5. Hi Ryan, AT&T is doing so well. This is dumb. Now Elmer is ISIS cutting off Bug's head. What do you think about this new Star Wars flight sim? Thanks, Ryan. Well, the Star Wars flight simulator, that's what a lot of people are suggesting. That's what we think is going to happen with Star Wars Project Maverick. No one's 100% sure. Listen, if they make it like a Star Wars X-Wing versus TIE, I would love it.
It's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you why. Because they're going to make the game fit a controller, basically. All the buttons will be on a controller, which is like 8 buttons or something, compared to the old X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and stuff that had like 20.
Yeah.
It's going to be very simplified. It's not going to be the same at all.
Actually, what I've heard when we would play the flight simulator games growing up is we had one of those joysticks you could put attached to the PC. That felt like actually like flying a plane versus using one of the controllers.
Like Rogue Squadron. That's what
Yeah.
I remember. I would be down for a Rogue Squadron game, but that's not what this will be. It'll be like Rainbow Squadron or
Well,
Alphabet
actually,
Squadron.
I saw it. It is gonna, from my understanding of what I saw on Twitter. No, not Twitter. Reddit. Sorry. It's gonna be kind of like a spin-off of like EA's Battlefront stuff. There is gonna be on boot sections, and there'll be like a load screen transition where you go into your TIE fighter. It's gonna be from Imperial perspective, and you play as the dude that was in Battlefront 2.
Have you not made a video for this for Gaming with Geeks? If you know,
I put it in the chat. You're the dude. I can't remember what his name. I can't remember what any of their fucking names are.
The dude who meets Luke.
Yeah, him.
Luke, yeah.
Iden's in the game. She's young. There's members of the Alphabet Squadron, the book. They're in it, and the first level, which is like the tutorial, is you're on Coruscant, and it's like him being trained. So like you play as that's the training. So yeah, that's what it is allegedly.
Alphabet people squad. I'm not gonna play it, and you know, you should be able to beat every mission by just hyperspacing through the enemies.
I never knew they used I never thought they used alphabet in Star Wars. I thought it was just basic.
No, it's called Alphabet Squadron because of the letter designators for the ships, I think.
Yeah, because it's a mix or something, right? Is that? I haven't read it, but
yeah,
I looked at the cover and said I wasn't interested. Michael says, "Who are your top 5 female WWE wrestlers?" That's a very random question, Michael. But I'll tell you a couple of them. Alexa Bliss, I really like her. I've met Bailey in person.
Really?
So I have to at least say Bailey. Melina, I really liked Melina back in the day. Trish Stratus, obviously, and maybe Lita. Maybe that's just the first 5 I can think of, to be quite honest, other than Charlotte, because I don't like Charlotte Flair. But there you go. AFK Bard's here. Hey, AFK Bard. All right. Let's get back to this. If you guys just are coming in, we randomly found this article that just said there's time travel in Empire Strikes Back, and we want to find out how retarded they are. So they just explained to us the timeline of Empire Strikes Back, which we all understand. Now we're moving forward. And I see you, Nissa Al Ghul, and Orange Hat Reviews. Hello there.
Along to Cloud City. There, timeline established. Now let's talk about Luke's vision. In his final training lesson, Yoda teaches him to calm his mind and says,
Through the Force, things you will see, other places, the future, the past.
Luke sees a disturbing vision, like father, like son, am I right? And he falls. He describes the vision to Yoda.
I saw a city in the clouds.
Friends you have there.
They were in pain.
Then Yoda provides a key element that solidifies this timeline.
It is the future you see.
So Luke is definitely seeing the future in his vision. Okay, now put that in your pocket.
No shit.
Scene, huh?
Yeah, God, I'm so glad I watched this. What a revelation.
Yeah.
So we've established, based on the line, the future you have.
So when you hear Yoda say the future you have seen, what that means is that Luke is seeing the future. Incredible. And you just saw her in the chat, and now she's here. My nerdy home is here. Hello,
Hi.
Steph.
Hello.
I've got to do something now that Steph's here. All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
Something dirty.
Steph had a Grease stream earlier today. I was able to hop on there, me and Subhuman, for just a little bit, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
I had to come in for the grand finale.
I see Mannix in the chat. What's up, Mannix? Good to see you here. I don't know if you've been listening, Steph, but these people have found that there's actually time travel in Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, and they're trying to explain it to us.
I have not been listening. Sorry.
I'm offended.
I just got back. I just got finished eating dinner, so no, I have
No
not.
worries.
Sorry.
You're about to hear their time travel theory.
Ooh, okay. I like theory videos. Let's see if it's any good.
It won't
It
be.
isn't.
Leia arrives
Oh.
in Cloud City.
Shit,
In Lando,
okay.
everything seems fine. In the next scene, Luke is abandoning his training to help Han and Leia. Apparently, he doesn't care about Chewbacca. He says,
I can't keep the vision out of my head. They're my friends. I gotta help them.
Is he implying that Luke is racist?
I guess so.
No, Wookiees are trash.
I
Oh.
agree. Wookiees are trash.
this is also important. He says vision, singular. So he's only had this one vision of his friends in pain that is from the future. Then Lando does a heel turn on Han, and we cut away from the most awkward dinner ever. In the next scene, Luke is entering the Bespin system.
Just hang on. We're almost there.
Then comes the most interesting scene that proves some element of time travel exists here. Vader is torturing Han, Chewbacca, and presumably Leia off camera. When I was a kid, I just thought this was because he's a bad guy doing bad guy things. But it turns out this torture was intended to send out a psychic cry of help to Luke, so he would rush in to help them and fall into Vader's trap. Now, Vader knew this would work because when he was about Luke's age, he heard his mother's psychic cry for help from all the way across the galaxy. But here's the most important distinction. Han and Leia's suffering doesn't reach Luke as it happens. He feels their suffering days or maybe even weeks before it occurs. Therefore, Vader is using the Force to send psychic messages to Luke in the past. That, my friends, is time travel.
Holy crap, this guy is dumb.
What the fuck? That makes okay.
Yeah,
I
like
There's
just went full-blown
absolutely
retard.
undeniable proof. I am convinced. I don't know how anyone else could possibly debate any of this. This man deserves a job at Lucasfilm as a story writer. I will never, ever, ever, ever think of Empire Strikes Back in the same light. In fact, I might rewatch it. That's how good this guy is.
Well, I think that, I mean, he's not like, he's literally right about 99% of what he's saying. The one key thing that he's wrong about is I wouldn't call it time travel.
It's not time travel.
Yeah. It's just, like, yes, does Darth Vader know that with powerful enough things that people can see visions of what may happen? Yeah. Like Yoda even said, you're seeing the future. You're seeing a possible future.
It's called a premonition, pretty much.
My theory is that in Vader's suit, he has like this Wi-Fi signal device thing where he can send out these telepathic messages to people in distress. Like he just presses the button and it goes like beep, beep, beep. It's like a sonar that goes all the way. Like it goes from Cloud City to Dagobah. That's what I think it is.
I think he's just got a fleshlight in there.
Yeah, shaped like Natalie Portman.
Yes. Yes. That is my firm belief. Although I think his dick was burned off. But I guess let's figure out where else he's going with this.
What if he was wearing a Padme fleshlight while it was burning, and it burned onto him permanently?
He could never get it off. Yeah. That's why he's like, I hate you.
Yeah. Because he can never get it off, and he can never get off.
Get off.
Oh, that would explain that part where he's like, Lord Vader, I've seen that vagina before. No.
That was the deleted scene. Deleted scene. Let's
that's
see what else. Oh, look, is that SpongeBob?
Yeah. What the filmmakers had in mind. You're overthinking this. And to that,
you are overthinking this.
Yeah. What a legendary throat this man has.
Yeah.
Yep. I say no.
It's always a compliment whenever you're complimenting someone's throat. So
didn't plan out all of this, and yes, I am overthinking this because I love Star Wars and this is fun. But wait, there's more. Vader also knew this could work because it happened to him already. He saw visions of Padme's death in the future.
Nah, he was just contemplating doing it himself.
Yeah, but nobody. That's the thing. Nobody sent
Nobody sent that to him.
Right. No one sent
unless if he's about to say that the Emperor did, and that's time travel. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna. Whatever.
Obi-Wan did.
Obi-Wan was there. So
this actually wasn't when this scene. This is actually a common misconception. If you watch all the deleted scenes from Revenge of the Sith and read the novel, you'll know this moment isn't actually when Padme is giving birth, it's when Obi-Wan is trying anal. That's where this screenshot is from, actually.
Yeah, it takes place like 2 months before the Battle of Coruscant. You know, like when Anakin said the Outer Rim sieges, Padme had a bit of a chuckle about that.
Where's Apollo at? Where's Apollo? Oh man.
Oh no.
I haven't seen him in a couple of days.
Let's hear. Maybe he finally found Hera.
I thought he was taking a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, I think he posted his very first YouTube video. Let me look for it.
Well, let's listen to the rest of this
right.
this thing here. David's right. I'm a romantic. Very true. Yes. Well, I'm just telling you what Obi-Wan did.
He suspected that his son would have a similar sensitivity to the Force. So far, this method
The Jedi said it doesn't count if it's anal. That's all Obi-Wan heard.
isn't refined. Only images of pain and suffering can reach.
It's not gay if you beat them up first.
Hey, Keely Chow's here. You're talking about wrestling. Storyman Jack is here as well. What's up, George Big Dick Lucas?
Yeah.
Storyman Jack in the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Raging Rhino's here as well. Hey, Raging
Rhino.
Rhino.
To bed.
Well, he should have woken up earlier. He would have been on the panel already.
I don't mind going in the backstage if he wants to come on.
Well, yeah, if depends what you want, Steph. You can come in, Rhino, if you want. Steph says she's okay going back. I know Stieg is only going to be here for part of the show anyway, so we can definitely start rotating people through.
Yeah, I have to leave in 20. No, I don't. It's in 50.
Got to go partake in those Outer Rim sieges.
No, Padme's anal.
There it is. It's Star Wars Girls here. What's up, Anna? Good to see
Anna.
you. The newest Twitch streamer. That Star Wars girl had a good showing over there playing KOTOR the other night.
She has a Twitch channel now.
She does. Yeah, she's gonna steal all my viewers.
Oh, okay. I need to go over there and follow.
It's That Star Wars Girl, all one word. And she has a picture of Henry Cavill as her profile.
Yeah.
I hear music. Who has music on in the background?
Not me.
Not me.
I don't. Oh, wait. It could possibly be me. Hold on, let me see.
You're still watching Grease, aren't you?
I think it might be Steph. It's just in the background or something. It's not a big deal.
Oh my God, Steph, you're watching music in the background. Oh my
No.
God.
Oh my God, Lethal.
John Travolta. Oh jeez.
Oh jeez. Oh God.
I have people they're watching Sonic, so it's at the very end of the movie right now.
Oh, nice. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. No worries. All right, let's finish off these. Let's finish off this shit right here. See if he gives us any reason to believe that this stupid ass time travel theory actually makes any sense.
That resonate the strongest with us. But it could be that maybe a very powerful Force user could refine this ability to communicate back and forth through time. And like I mentioned before, time travel does exist in Star Wars. In the Rebels episode, The World Between Worlds, Ezra enters a nexus of reality where
this is not real Star Wars.
No, it's not.
Goes through the universe. He's able to see. And
this is what the fourth Aladdin movie.
Yeah, Aladdin 4. Yeah, in space.
I love how
they
you
gave Abu was given steroids, and he turned blue.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I love how he's using Disney Star Wars to explain the original trilogy.
Oh God.
Oh God.
That's true. Yeah, and that's the thing. This fucking time travel, this fake ass time travel that Dave Filoni invented to save his favorite waifu Ahsoka, right? This is being used to explain a movie from 1980. That he's just like coming up with a random theory about.
Mm-hmm.
The Force is what gives the Jedi power. It's an energy created by all living things.
and even affects the past when he saves Ahsoka Tano from death.
God,
so when Vader
that was a cop out.
Time, this is where it would have traveled through. But this
it's where Ahsoka should have died. Even even if you're in the chat and you love Ahsoka, and I know I've got a lot of people that love Ahsoka in the chat, that was the perfect place for her to die. It would have meant a lot. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, don't bash Ahsoka. People will get upset.
Yeah, Steve knows all about that.
Yeah.
20,000 people. Not
Oh
kidding.
my goodness. Gosh.
And all you did was say, "Wow." All Darth Maul has to do is cut that right there.
Yeah.
Filoni is an idiot. And it just like
Didn't
retarded.
hashtag anything. Didn't tag anyone. I was just
I
commenting.
can't believe you didn't tag anyone or anything. Like that's
I
crazy.
didn't. There's nothing.
Wow.
If you don't like Ahsoka, then you're a misogynist.
Oh yeah, I was accused of hating Padme and Leia too.
Yeah, I love how they claim that, and then basically I step forward and go, I don't like her either. Well, you have internalized misogyny. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and some guy wanted my address so he could show up.
Did you give it to him?
No.
You should have given him address to the local Norwegian gay bar.
That's what
Yeah,
There you go.
So he can experience the Outer Rim sieges for himself, man.
Oh, there it is. They've lasted several months, so good luck with that. Jay Rickman in the chat with 3 fitty. Thank you, Jay Rickman. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Emperor Valkorian versus Palpatine. Valkorian.
Yeah.
Jason motherfucking Solo.
Well, we actually did that on the Versus stream for Orange Chat Reviews. We pitted Vitiate against Palpatine. So,
Who'd you give it to in the end?
Vitiate.
Oh, I reckon Palps.
There's so much to both of them, but I think that in the end, Vitiate would have come out on top. So
in the Outer Rim sieges,
pretty much, yes.
Ew.
Oh, guys, we got a question here from Orange Chat Reviews. Someone did a marry, fuck, kill with Rey, Padme, and Ahsoka. I killed Ahsoka.
Yeah, if you pick F for Ahsoka, it's disturbing since she's 14.
Well, no, but there's a Rebels version.
Yeah.
I can answer this one pretty quickly. I would marry Rey, kill Ahsoka, and fuck Padme.
Why would you marry Rey?
Yeah.
I reckon she's cute. And plus, she can do anything. Anything,
would,
Ryan.
Except cook.
Anything.
Except cook. We've never seen her do that.
Yeah.
Oh, she can cook. Trust me, she can do anything she puts her mind to. And when,
she bypassed the compressor.
That's right, man. She'll bypass everything and just present like a fucking 4-course meal. And then, like, you know, when it comes to the private time, she can do anything. Anything.
I would marry Padme.
I would too.
And then F her and then kill her, because that would mean I would inherit the castle and stuff.
Damn, Steve.
And then I could just buy how many Twi'leks I want.
What about the other ones?
Ignore them. Yeah, the other ones are Disney Star Wars anyway, so.
I mean, Ahsoka's not Disney Star Wars.
She is now.
Yeah, I would. I think I'd kill Rey. I would fuck Rebels Ahsoka, just to be very clear with everyone, and I would marry Padme. I think Padme is the easy choice to marry, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I just brought the chat up. Can we highlight Fenifire's comment?
Yeah. She can force jerk you off from across the room or the galaxy.
Telling you, man.
Or is it the future?
Oh, a hand job
Hey,
from
Ryan.
the future.
Yeah.
Rhino's in the back if you want to pop me in the back.
Okay. Let me take this off real quick.
I was going to make an Outer Rim joke when you said that.
I'm sorry, Lethal.
All right. Say goodbye to everybody for a second, Steph. She'll be back.
See you in a bit.
Bye. Boom. And now we got too many Australians now. We got 2 Australians on the panel. Welcome, Raging Rhino.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
All right, Rhino, come into it hard and fast. You know, fuck, marry, kill, Rey, Padme, and Ahsoka. Go.
Fuck, marry, kill. Sorry, Rey, Padme, and Ahsoka.
Yep.
Oh my god, I kill Rey.
Yep.
Oh man, marry Padme. Fuck Ahsoka.
Which Ahsoka? Clone Wars or Rebels?
Rebels, because she's older. I'd feel like a pedophile if I was.
Yeah, there you go.
if I went to Clone Wars.
That is.
Can I just say, in regards to this video, he mentions that. Sorry, I was listening. Obviously, he says something about how time travel is actually a thing within Star Wars. Yes, it is a thing, but it really shouldn't be a fucking thing, really. That's all I have to say about that.
There is another instance of time travel in Star Wars in Legends where a hyperdrive malfunctions and the space-time continuum is warped, but it's not intentional and it's not able to be controlled. It just somebody just popped like 5,000 years in the future. Interesting story, but
that's completely different though.
That's true. Blue-eyed Scorpio for $1.99. Wait, where was that Norwegian bar again?
I don't know.
Beyond the Outer Rim.
Beyond the Outer Rim job.
Is it called Adam's Apple? Is that the name of the bar? Maybe.
That's pretty fucking funny.
But let's finish this off, no pun intended, and figure out if there's any way he can explain this.
This also changes the way time and prophecy are perceived in Star Wars. In the original films, time was open-ended. Jedi are able to see a possible future, but not the future. Yoda even says,
"Always in motion is the future."
This is an open timeline theory of time travel, that the universe moves on a fixed line through time. This means that the Jedi and Sith aren't quite able to accurately see the future. But another theory is that time is a flat circle, as seen in the movie Interstellar or the Watchmen comic and TV show. Basically, everything that will happen has already happened, and you can't alter the future or the past. Anakin sees Padme's death, and as a result, he causes that death to happen. Palpatine sees Luke destroy him.
Choice.
Skywalker causes him to be destroyed.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
This implies that Star Wars works on a fixed, flat-circled timeline that linear beings, such as Yoda, have difficulty interpreting. So what do I mean by linear beings? Well, that's someone like us, who lived in the past, now lives in the present, and will die in the future. A non-linear being would see time all at once, like it's all occurring at the same time. Thus,
is that how he looks on the show?
Yeah, this is him, yeah.
Oh, I never watched it. Oh, what the fuck?
So bad.
Actually,
is that Thrawn?
No, that's
no.
Dr. Manhattan.
this is an
That's
HBO's
Dr.
Watchmen show. It's Dr. Manhattan in HBO's Watchmen show. You thought that was Thrawn?
Clearly, it's not. I thought it was Disney's Thrawn.
No. That's Manhattan.
I can fucking tell. I mean, come on. It's got the circle.
Oh, sure, right? Yeah. Trying to save.
Thrawn has red eyes.
trying to save face now.
Yeah.
People.
His eyes are white.
His eyes are white. Well, it's just a glimpse. Listen, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't recognize it. It's okay.
It even says Watchman in the corner.
We're just giving you a hard time, Lethal. You didn't.
No, you're not. This is oppression.
No, start marching in the streets and we'll listen.
All occurring at the same time. Thus far in Star Wars, there's only one being that sees time in a non-linear fashion. That's your mom. Anyways, I could go on, but tell me what you think.
What? Whoa.
Travel in Star Wars or in a film series that combines sci-fi, westerns, and fantasy. Is that
one? Your mama joke?
Let me know.
Yeah. Bad place for it too, just like the movie.
Yeah.
Just gonna comment. What?
Yeah, the only thing you can say is what.
Yeah. Not. I don't think he really proved his point there in any way, shape, or form.
Wow.
Interesting. We got a couple super chats here. Let me get through these and then we'll talk about Legends a little bit and about Drew Karpyshyn and how they don't want good stories told at Lucasfilm. Pastor G for $2. Can we time travel and get rid of the Disney trilogy? I wish, my friend. I wish that would be.
Time travel and smack the pen out of George Lucas's hand.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, me too.
Give it to me, I'll sign the damn thing.
So
everyone who thought it was a bad idea that Disney bought Star Wars were probably time traveling.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know how stupid I was? I was excited.
Me too.
I was excited that we were going to get 7 because I thought we were going to get fucking my Star Wars.
Real
I
7?
thought we were going to get Legends.
Yeah.
You know, I thought we were going to get these stories. What a fucking fool I was.
Mm-hmm.
Skytrooper 501st, thank you for the $5, my friend. Jar Jar is the key. The Force is Binks. Jar Jar Binks controls the future and the past. Interesting theory. That's why Ahmad Best is back, and they put his show on YouTube instead of Disney Plus. Artistic Lego film says Thrawn in the Hood. God. Adam Wofford for $5 in real Star Wars canon. You can only skip forward, not back, when a Jedi Master was stuck in a gas cloud where time moved slowly. That's true. And that the instance that I talked about in, in what was that? I think it's Cross Current. I think that's the book it is.
Yeah.
I think it's Cross Current or Riptide, one of those when you do have the ship that malfunctions, its hyperdrive malfunctions, and it breaks the space-time continuum, and that 5,000-year-old ship jumps forward to present day. So thank you for the...
I think it's Cross Current. Should be Cross Current.
I think so, too.
His whole premise on the visions and sort of that being a time travel sort of thing, being able to see the future and how Anakin saw Padme's death and killed her being the result of his vision. But after reading the Revan book recently, there's one moment in that where his whole thing is flawed because of how Scourge sees all these different timelines all in the same moment when he's facing down the Emperor and Revan's on the ground and all that sort of thing. And he's got to pick a certain timeline. He sees a champion standing over the body of the Emperor, but it's neither Revan or what's her name? I can't remember. Beatrice, that's it. And he's got to pick one. So hang on a second. If this guy can have multiple different visions showing him multiple different futures, your whole thing's flawed. Based on
and he went with the one that would take them down the path to like the champion that was standing over Vitiate's body.
Correct. God, I love that book. I read it twice in like a week.
Well, and a lot of people hate that book.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I loved it.
So let's just talk about the person who look at Lethal's picture.
Oh my God! Jeez! Oh my God! Oh wow! Oh Sandy! Oh my God! Jeez!
See, I listened to a lot of it, and I didn't hear too much of that. It was more like, "Oh, Sandy, come on!
Oh, come on, Sandy! Oh God!"
Yeah, there was no
Steph and Subhuman mad when I said I didn't like Grease.
It's no Flashdance, but it's decent.
It's okay. It's not great.
I understand that you don't like it, but I was like, if most people like it, some people don't. There are some movies that y'all might like that I don't like.
Do you like Flashdance?
Yeah, I told you I like Flashdance.
That's all that matters.
I told you I like Kingdom Hearts, and Ryan up there went ape shit because he's like, I don't like Kingdom Hearts.
Because he doesn't have a soul.
I didn't go ape shit. I just said I don't like Kingdom Hearts. I'm not 7 years old. It's also I don't like Clone Wars.
You don't have a soul.
Yeah. But so speaking of the Revan novel, Drew Karpyshyn, someone asked him this. Someone tagged him and said, "Hey, man, I'm sure I'm not at all the first or last to ask, but are you going to write any more Star Wars Sith novels? The Bane lineage and Revan stuff is amazing. Please, you are our only hope." He retweets and responds, "Unfortunately, it's not up to me. I've reached out a few times, but it seems like they're focused on other things right now."
Basically, he's straight, white, and male.
Well, that's true. He is straight, white, and male. So Drew, if you don't know who Drew Karpyshyn is, you may have played a story by him. And I saw Anna in the chat earlier, who's been playing KOTOR. Drew Karpyshyn wrote KOTOR. He is the story creator of Revan and Revan's story. The entire, making this world 3,900 years before Star Wars, the movies. That's Drew Karpyshyn. And
he also wrote Mass Effect, didn't he?
He did. He wrote the Mass. I don't know if he I'm not sure how much of the games he was part of, but yeah, he wrote Mass Effect books. And I
wrote the story for Mass Effect.
Yeah,
I think he did the games as well because it's the same developers as KOTOR.
Except the third one, they kicked him out for the third one,
and the third one was trash.
Yeah, that's why.
So Drew Karpyshyn's a very well-respected, well-known person. He wrote the Darth Bane trilogy, one of the most respected trilogies in Star Wars. And And he has said that he has reached out to Lucasfilm because he wants to write books. He wants to continue some of those characters that he has written for, like Darth Bane, Darth Zana, Darth Revan. And they have said, no, they're not interested. They're not interested. That is the response that he got. Which just goes to show how fucking retarded they are at Lucasfilm.
Yeah, he's the creator of Darth Bane, but if Lucasfilm is wanting to use him, they have to get the rights from him, though.
No,
I don't think he created him.
Well, it's crazy to think a person like that isn't still working on Star Wars. At least, like, you know, like these are the people that they really need in there, being the creative minds behind this new era of Star Wars that they want. But it's just that's not what they want because they can't have a Star Wars fan or somebody that understands.
He doesn't own any of that rights. When I went to that convention to meet Timothy Zahn, he was talking about that type of stuff, and he said that none of them own any of that stuff, like Mara Jade, Thrawn, and all that stuff. They don't own any of it. Drew doesn't own Darth Bane. Lucasfilm owns it all. He says all they get is bragging rights. He says all we get to do is brag about it.
So when these people invent these theories about why they're not using these characters and say something about royalties to the authors, it's just complete lies.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
It's called it's called writing in a shared world, and the guy who owns the world, you know, be it Star Wars or something else, is the one who owns everything in it.
Yep.
Even if it's created by someone else.
Yep, the example that Timothy Zahn gave was, he says, I get to lean at the water cooler whenever someone walks past. He gets to say, hey, I made Thrawn.
There you go. We got a quick super chat here from Orange Hat Reviews for $5. Thank you, Orange Hat Reviews. Flow walking is the only time travel I'll accept in Star Wars. It actually works because you can't change things even if you try. I agree, and I've always said that I don't feel like flow walking is time travel per se. I feel like it's time looking, you know?
Yeah, it's more like visiting. It's like, because no matter what you do, it always goes back to how it was.
You can only change people's perspective of the past. That's kind of how I sum it up in my head. You can't change what actually happened. You can only change people's perception or perspective on what actually happened. Even if you change one small thing, the Force is going to correct itself. Just like a pebble thrown in the water, I think is how not Tomar Ray, that's a fucking Green Lantern.
Wow.
How
there was a Green Lantern in Star Wars.
What's his name? The person who teaches Ben. I
what
forget
is
his fucking name.
They live in that fucking he lives in that, he's that monk guy. He lives in that shithole.
They're like made of stone. They're made of stone.
I can't remember that. I'm blanking on that. I just remember that it was also used in X-Men Days of Future Past, where he's like, you know, if you throw a pebble into the river, like you'll alter the current, but the current will ultimately correct itself.
Did you know that that storyline with Ben and Luke is based on Homer's Odyssey?
Really?
Oh shit! Now that you mention it, I can see the similarities.
It's definitely. I mean, it definitely has similarities, and that's kind of what it was. It was like you can tell in that second book, even the first one too, because they're still excited to go. Like how they kind of feel like it's going to be a rewarding experience, just the two of them going around in Mara's ship. You know what I mean? Away from the Jedi Order, away from all this shit. So that's interesting. That doesn't surprise me at all. Doesn't surprise me at all. But Darth Bane, I don't think Karpyshyn owns him though, because Darth Bane existed in the comics, in the Battle of Ruusan comics, you know?
Yeah.
Lethal, and I don't think that was Karpyshyn.
And wasn't he also mentioned in the Phantom Menace novel?
Oh. Yeah, Terry Brooks created Darth Bane. I saw an interview with him. He said to George Lucas that he's, you know, the guy who created the Rule of Two was probably like the Bane of the Jedi, and that became Darth Bane.
Ah, there you go. And Terry Brooks wrote the Episode 1 novelization.
Yeah.
Interesting. He didn't write any others, did he? That's the only one that I can think of him writing.
He was busy writing his own stuff.
Yeah.
Because Lucasfilm hired actual writers back then.
Terry Brooks has really good books.
Oh yeah, Terry Brooks is awesome.
Oh yeah.
It was Dark Horse Comics. Yeah, that was the Battle of Rusan one. Yeah. Melissa says Lucasfilm acts like they own Thrawn. Even if legally Zahn created Thrawn, Lucasfilm will never give real credit. They ain't that creative. Hashtag EU, hashtag Zahn trilogy. And they're still, thank you so much, Melissa, for the super chat. And they're still fucking doing that. And that's one thing I kind of wanted to merge into this topic was the idea that they don't want Drew Karpyshyn to write his character anymore. They brought Zahn back to write exclusively Thrawn and nothing else. It's just like it doesn't have any effect on the universe except for possibly with Ezra. And there are rumors that where is that?
Does that mean we're gonna see space whales again?
I hope so. It might actually get me to watch it.
Oh my!
We might even actually get to see live action helicopter sabers.
Oh my god!
Oh god!
You know, in order to create, you have to be able to dream. If you're too woke, you can't dream. Golden rule.
Yeah.
Senate says Thrawn's a dollar store hoe in Rebels. I agree. I agree completely. And look, Disney Lucasfilm looking to cast a live action. Look at this General. This is how this is.
Oh my god!
Now, is this written by Dave Filoni? Lauren.
Well, this is just using a source for this. They aren't the original source, but Grand Admiral Thrawn.
What they call him?
General Admiral.
Oh god.
General Admiral Thrawn.
Wow. It's like they like to try to sound like they know what they're talking about, and they're combining two branches of the military.
I don't think there's a general admiral in the military anyway.
No, there's no general. That's land-based. It's admiral.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just like Lethal said. It's like Filoni wrote it because Filoni did the exact same thing. Filoni. That's how like Filoni's war with the EU community kind of started, right? Is he saw a white uniform? He determined, well, that must be an admiral. So he made Admiral Yularen an admiral. But in fact, he was a colonel. It was Colonel Yularen in A New Hope. And Dave Filoni decided not to do his research. And that's how like somebody called him out at a convention. And that's how this whole war between him and the EU kind of started.
I said, I'm sorry, I don't do my research.
Keep that in mind, everyone. His whole show is a fucking tangent after being called out over a white shirt.
Kind of, yeah. It's not. I'm maybe being a little hyperbolic with the war with the EU community, but there's a lot of circumstances, including, him trying to take specific credit for Darth Maul's look in Clone Wars when he gets resurrected, like as if George and him talked about it and they came up with this concept. When in fact, then Katie Lucas, the daughter of George Lucas, interrupts him and says, "Well, I mean, Dave, I hate to say this, but we got that idea from the expanded universe." And he's like, "Oh, well, I mean, I guess," but a lot of little things like this over the years.
Karen Travis quit because of how he screwed up the Mandalorians and the clones.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, Karen Travis, a strong female, competent writer, left because of an oppressive white male dominating her position and destroying her work. Where is the outrage? Where is it?
And she's She's a far better writer than Filoni. Travis was a beast of a writer.
Well, and listen, I think that link to what? A link to a video. You want that moment. If you look up on YouTube, here, I'll see if I can fucking find it. To be honest, because it's not that difficult to find. Stop sharing. Let's see. Dave Filoni behind the scenes Clone Wars Season 4 Maul. See if that's enough things to get it. Darth Maul Returns featurette. Let's see. You guys talk amongst yourselves while I try to find this.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Like, Rhino, like, oh, my God.
I got chills. They're multiplying.
That sounded exactly like him, too.
So you
Hey,
say you read...
Don't make fun of one of my favorite musicals, all right?
No, we're making fun of John Travolta. No one mentioned the word great. So, oh my God, we're making fun of John Travolta. Oh, Jesus.
Subhumans losing control.
Oh, God. Sandy?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Definitely saying.
Sandy.
Oh, wow.
All right. So it didn't take me that long to find. About 30 seconds.
Grease impersonation.
Let's listen to this a little bit.
The battle droid. That was from George.
Well, yeah. How he made the legs in the original.
All right. Go back a little bit so we can hear the great Sam Witwer.
And then the pieces flying of the battle droids and all that. That was from George.
Well, yeah. How he made the legs in the original version, it was that they scavenged battle droids that were laying around after the battle. And then I thought...
So the whole conversation is revolving around how, like, they were talking about how they came up with this idea for Maul to look, right? How they came up with the idea for his look after he's resurrected.
Well, we actually...
And then Dave Filoni says, well, I thought... And then Katie Lucas interrupts and says this.
I hate to say this. I hate to bring it up.
I hate to say this. I hate to bring it up, but...
We got those legs from the EU.
We got those legs from the EU. Which Filoni never would have said unless he was interrupted by Katie Lucas, where then he says this.
Yeah, absolutely. We did. Yeah, I mean, we brought up an image of the chicken leg. We thought, that's established. And, when
but
we
they were too fine. They were too good looking. They were too...
So where this comes from is an Infinities story, right?
Yes.
This is from the Sentinel. They stole it from Old Wounds. It was a story. When people say that the EU is messy, these are the kind of things they refer to, even though it's quite obvious that it was labeled under an Infinities title, meaning that it's like an Elseworlds tale, just like DC has Elseworlds tales. That's what this was. It was a story, like a what if story kind of thing. And that is where they came up with this idea.
Well, we wanted to switch him up a bit, and that was the big thing. Was that I thought the only way to really believe that he comes back is if you add this element of magic, and so it's a combination. Originally, we had this shot, and there were no.
Yeah, so it's in the Clone Wars Season 4 Darth Maul Returns featurette. There's a lot of goodies. There are a lot of goodies in these Clone Wars featurettes, including the time where Dave Filoni says it's no secret that George Lucas wanted Ahsoka to die, and I want her to live. That moment is also in these Clone Wars featurettes. Some good stuff in there.
I can barely understand a single word that Filoni says with that heavy-ass lisp he's got.
Why is it that every time I talk to you about Dave Filoni, I lose more and more respect for Dave Filoni?
Because you learn more.
Yeah, because I present him in a certain fashion. That's why. But listen, I think everybody. Sam's a Chad. Sam wishes he was a Chad. Sam went for anyway. Listen, everybody knows that I'm not a big Dave Filoni fan. I present my opinion on him. I think that Dave Filoni is actually a pretty good storyteller, to be quite honest. I just think that his concern for continuity and some logical fallacies presented in his stories make me criticize it. And I feel like the vast majority of people feel like he's incredible. So that's why I try to present my criticism of him the way I do. Go ahead.
The problem is people don't want to listen. They just pretend it never happened.
Sam Witwer is awesome. Fuck off. All right, well, if you're going to say that, go fuck yourself. Sam Witwer is just like Freddie Prinze Jr. Sam Witwer, here's a couple things from Dave fucking Filoni and thinks he knows fucking everything about Star Wars because, Dave Filoni learned how the Force works from George Lucas, and now I know. So now I know everything. So, no.
And apparently Sam Witwer also said that most Star Wars fans are starting to turn to the dark side because
he did.
They're not allowing people, these creatives, to have their own stories and blah 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 blah. He's a piece of shit, just like everybody else.
I do.
And
think,
yeah, if you
do
take
think
that,
I do think that Sam Witwer is a great voice actor. He's a great voice actor.
and yeah, if you take that, all right, and pretend it was Ryan Johnson that said that, you watch the backlash then.
Yeah,
when really they say pretty similar stuff.
Sam Witwer and well, in particular Freddie Prinze Jr. Every time, like whenever they would say stuff like that about how, like, you know, they Dave Filoni was taught under George Lucas, so he taught me everything, like he knows, blah blah blah, all that stupid shit. I just think of when Team America made fun of Sean Penn when he said, "I wasn't a, you know, like
I've actually been there, you know."
I was like, oh, really? So was I.
Yeah. I see this comment. Do you guys know that 2 Star Wars YouTube, Thor Skywalker and Star Wars Theory, praise this one? I do, and I really like Thor Skywalker. Yeah. I really appreciate his videos. I don't always agree with him. I don't always agree with his opinions, but I really respect him as a YouTuber. I think his channel's awesome.
Yeah, I respect Thor Skywalker more than I do Star Wars Theory.
Hey, Rhino, what do you think of Star Wars Theory? You're a big fan, aren't you?
His name isn't Star Wars Theory, it's Star Wars Theory, and he's another piece of shit that goes along with people like Campier and all those fuckwits. And actually, he's probably on the same sort of level of Star Wars Explained as well.
Oh, good.
Like, they're all just fucking assholes. They're just, you know, whatever gets him the moolah, whatever gets him in the door, whatever works for him. Thor Skywalker, I love Thor Skywalker, and you know he's got a great channel. He does some great work. But Star Wars Theory, I used to like him. His lore videos used to be great, everything, but now he's become a piece of shit and a shit.
His lore videos still are great.
Oh no, I'd say they've changed. What he does. His lore videos have now changed. Like, if he goes back and talks about lore stuff in the EU and all of that, yeah, they can still be great. But if he's trying to do a lore video for Disney Star Wars, it's a justification video. It's not a lore fucking video. He finds a way to justify why this is okay because of this, 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 and this, and it really starts to fall apart. He tries to make it make sense.
It's probably why he got to keep his fan video. You know, shill for us, and you get to put it back on.
Yeah, oh, fucking oath.
Because that's when he started being positive about Disney as well. Right after his fan film got put back on.
And what do you think, you know, he's been able to have people like Sam Witwer and Ashley Eckstein on the Rule of Two? Like, you know, have these people that work for Lucasfilm come on the Rule of Two and then, again, treat the fans like shit. It's so funny. I did a video, and he said that he tried to finish what the sentence that Sam Witwer was saying. Sam Witwer was talking about the fans and how, you know, he was explaining how they've turned to the dark side and how the fans have their own, and the Star Wars Theory comes in and goes, oh, their own agendas. We've all got fucking agendas, people. Even you in the chat. Star Wars Theory said you've got your own agenda when it comes to Star Wars, so you can't be a fan, I suppose. Yep. I don't know what he was fucking even saying.
I like it how it got pointed out. Like, you put him on the same level as Explained, and it's like, oh,
he's a fuckwit. They're both fuckwits.
I like Molly.
Molly, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you'd like to be on that fucking chain that she has.
Oh, mate, I would tie her to my fucking bed, and my bed's on wheels, and oh god, it would be glorious.
Come on. But yeah, and listen, I don't think, and I appreciate that comment, Neil, about me and Thor Skywalker. I do appreciate that. I think that just because someone disagrees with me doesn't mean that I don't like them, right? I disagree with Thor Skywalker on some things, and because we just have different opinions. But I really enjoy his channel and how he presents things. I just, with Theory, I think that Theory's a good guy. I just think that he's doing stuff with Collider now, Rule of Two. I've heard some of the comments he's had. His what he said when we got the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker and we learned about this Palpatine being a clone retcon, And he was like, "Oh, it changes the whole movie for me. Now I think it's incredible." And it's like, I just didn't buy a lot of what he was saying. So personally,
but he already thought the movie was incredible.
Yeah.
He after The Last Jedi, he hated The Last Jedi, and he came out and he spoke out against it and all of this kind of thing. And then he comes out with his fan film that gets taken down. Oh, but all of a sudden it gets put back up again, and he starts talking, you know, how this could be okay. But the one thing that he did say is that if Anakin isn't a big part of the Rise of Skywalker, he's going to be pissed. And he's an Anakin fanboy. He's and I don't know how somebody who can be that big of an Anakin fanboy can come out the moment after he sees the Rise of Skywalker and go, well, I actually liked it. And this is what, like...
yeah, episode 9 made Anakin pointless.
Exactly, but he's okay with that, even though he's an Anakin fanboy, and he specifically said that he will hate this movie and hate this whole thing if Anakin isn't the key, and he wasn't the key, you fucking retard.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I like it. And then every video since then has been a justification. See what you did, Lethal?
I know what I did. I know what I did.
Triggered me hard.
Release the Rhino.
Fucking idiot. I hate him. And I used to love him. I used to love loved his fan film. He's just become a cocksucker.
There it is.
Holy shit.
Hey, Ryan, I need to pop off because I promised to be on another stream before I talk to you. So
Okay.
I need to run away.
All right, Stieg. Well, we're gonna miss you.
I have a promise to keep.
Well, do you have anything to say before you go?
Salt is not a spice; it's a mineral.
Okay. Well, thank you, Stieg. Appreciate you. Where you gonna be?
Lorena's channel. Yeah,
Nice.
I was invited to talk about the Game of Thrones season 1. I've been doing the book talks with Sporking and stuff as well. So
very
Don't
cool.
tell me, Steve, but I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Well,
No,
I wouldn't bother watching it.
no, don't watch it. Just read the books.
Yeah, I heard the books were really great.
Oh yeah, the books are fantastic. The show is after season 4, they go fan fiction with it and it turns to shit.
Mm.
There you go. Well, thank you, Stieg, for being here. I always appreciate talking to you. I'm glad we got to talk a little bit.
Likewise.
Start with you.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you to everyone in the chat for being awesome, and for the whole panel, including Stephanie in the back, for being good company as always.
Hail,
Stieg. All right, hail, Stieg. We'll talk to you later.
Ooh.
Bye. All right, and with that, we have space for Steph to come back, and here is Steph. Hey, Steph. Oh, look at the perfect timing. Her background is getting when she has the background and she has like an Instagram filter.
You know,
She's an angel.
Oh my god, Rhino went from being angry to being a simp like that.
Like that.
Oh, I just saw that. Oh, sorry. She's like, don't bring me on. And I brought her on. Steph, do you want to go back? You're muted.
Sorry. I muted when I went back. I was just saying don't bring me on because of the sun.
Well, no, we like the
Turn
sun.
your camera off.
Yeah.
No, we like the sun.
Turn
back
camera
there.
off.
Raging
We don't
Simp.
need any sun when Steph's around because she brightens up the whole day.
Oh, that's very nicely. Look at that.
And
It's a
he's
freaking
Ryan
Instagram.
being a simp.
Raging Simp.
Yep.
You don't want to see that.
Right, simp.
No, I was just saying that Lethal says that, and he accuses Rhino of being a simp.
Yeah.
What I say was sweet.
It was a simp.
Oh god, just because you have no heart, Jesus Christ, Mario! You're just like a pure aggression. Like, I feel like your name should be Raging Rhino.
I
think your cat was a
simp. You say the same thing. You're a simp.
Nuts.
No, you're a simp.
You're a simp.
Raging Rhino. Every time Star Wars Theory is mentioned, his cat's just like.
Yeah.
Been trained.
He hates him just as much as I do.
Brian King. I've been triggering all the Naughty Dog beta bitches. Good, Brian.
What a lad.
Yeah. All right. Last time, and we won't mention it again. It's full Instagram filter over on My Nerdy Homes sunset here. So
yeah,
make a screenshot. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Memes.
Just make sure what he does backstage waiting.
Apollo's not here, unfortunately.
No, Apollo's not here.
Was that a simp fight? Maybe. But anyway, what the thing that pisses me off about the whole Drew Karpyshyn shit is that, and the Thrawn stuff, is that they don't want to bring back Legends. They don't want to continue it as a separate timeline, but they're more than willing to have merchandise from Revan. Have like the Pop Funkos that just came. Oh shit, I forgot. But yeah, the Pop Funkos that are now available at GameStop and all of that shit. Like, that is Revan and Malik. Those are the two featured ones. Those are the two ones that people are talking about. They know these characters still sell well, but they don't want to bring back the person who wrote them, who created them, to write a great story for them.
I don't know how I feel about this. Like, on one hand, yeah, it does suck. It does kind of suck, but I'm so jaded that I also kind of think this is a good thing, because that way it can kind of just be left alone. And I mean, just they're gonna merchandise, you know, that's what they're gonna do. It's soulless, it's heartless, it's an empty shell. It's just money, money, money. There's no love behind it. There's no passion. There's no creativity. So from that perspective, I'm almost glad they aren't doing new stories. It always comes back to that whole, well, we're going to disregard everything and create our own stuff. Well, go create your own stuff then, you know, go for gold. The only thing that really gets me involved, the only thing that actually gets me involved is when they take stuff like Thrawn and then they bastardize it. Anything else, I don't really care what they do.
There's no
but when it comes
material.
to merchandising, go for it, whatever. Just, I'd rather they did merchandising than did new stories with the kind of attitude that they have, to be honest with you. I'd rather look on the shelf and see a Revan Funko Pop and have a little giggle to myself and maybe consider buying it than having this worrying feeling in my gut when they announce that there's a new Revan novel coming out, and I'm like, oh, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna massacre my boy this time?
Yeah, that's a good point. I just want so badly, right? And I know it's like a pipe dream for them to listen to us, bring Legends back under the expanded universe, and continue these expanded universe titles, right? And get these people who want to write. We know that Drew Karpyshyn wants to write. We just saw what he said. He wants to do more of these stories. And
he's been pushing. He's been pushing that for quite some time. Like, he's been very vocal how he wanted to do a Zana trilogy, which, man, that sounds amazing to me, to be honest.
Even if I were Drew, I wanted to do that.
Who are all the authors for the EU? I know Zahn.
There's a million of them.
Yeah.
But,
I think Chrissy Go had her Sword of the Jedi, and I was like, damn it. Why did you read that book? Come on. I mean,
Even if I were Drew and wanted to still write, I wouldn't trust anything now owned, like Lucasfilm now owned under Disney, because I would have to wonder if they would let me actually be creative with my own characters and tell the story I want to tell, or if I would have to be relegated to certain like socio-political, not necessarily socio-political agendas, but at least basically like certain rules and like guidelines I have to like work by to fit my story into their timeline, which wouldn't work because you threw out the EU anyway. So it's like,
yeah, I agree with that. You know, I don't like the idea of there being this sort of cross continuity for certain characters. I feel like if it's an EU character, they should stay in EU. If it's a Disney character like Phasma, for example, Phasma should stay within Disney continuity. Obviously, you know, like the major ones like Luke, Leia, Han, Vader, they all got a crossover. That's inevitable because they came from the original movies as well. So I would rather it just stays as separate as possible. And that's why the idea of them doing a Revan novel, hypothetically, would kind of scare me. Because it's like, okay, now you're bringing him into Disney continuity and you got to go by...
But they're also...
when I say Disney rules, I don't mean like the social political crap. I mean just by their own timeline. They got to go by their own continuity.
And their own law, because their law's
Stuff
different.
like that, yeah. I don't want it to be like that. You know, I'd rather it just be in its own lane where it has been. Like, I'm with Ryan. Like, if it came back on its own terms, I would probably have a heart attack and die of happiness.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I mean, fuck, there's a reason why I gave money to the billboard. I wouldn't give money to it if I didn't want it deep down. But I would be seriously terrified of them bringing in EU characters into Disney timelines.
Oh yeah, I don't want that shit at all.
No,
that's what I would be worried about. That's the main thing I would be worried about. With like authors like Drew, wanting like Drew Karpyshyn wanting to write the Dark Mana duology that he's wanting to write. Like if it were its own thing, like still within the EU, its own like that timeline that was already established, then it would work. But it can't work if you're trying to mesh it with the Disney timeline and whatever.
Well, let's be real. They said they would have to be with Legends, Mara, because they said that the rule of two was a misunderstanding. They've come out and said that in Disney canon.
So dumb,
right? That the rule of two is
There's
like
two to rule the rest of them.
Yeah. So like Darth Zana.
They had no source material.
What?
I thought they said they had no source material.
Well, they don't. Maybe that's why.
So basically, that means with the High Republic, we're going to see a bunch of Sith running around.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's exactly why they said that, because they don't want to they don't know how to create another enemy or another threat in the galaxy other than a Sith, because it's all they. I bet you they don't even know that Sith was an actual race of beings.
Yeah.
And I bet you they don't even know that. Like it's gives a whole new meaning to I am Revan reborn, doesn't it?
Well, that's also what I would be worried about, bringing Revan back in, because you have these idiots just going off the game and not the book and going, well, Revan could be a female as well. And I'm like, no, it's only if the person playing the game decides to create a female character. But the book, he's a man. It's like that's canon. The book,
Ryan, aren't you playing KOTOR right now?
What?
Aren't you playing KOTOR SWTOR on Twitch?
I did play SWTOR just the other day. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you can't play those.
But Drew Karpyshyn wrote some of that story as well.
Yeah, he did.
But and I'll just say real quick. So thank you so much, Dark Side Droids. $10 funding for Ryan's Ahsoka V-neck. I don't know what an Ahsoka V-neck is, but I don't want it. I don't want Ahsoka. But if that's what it's for, then I guess I'll have to figure out where that fund's going. And then Demogeni, what's up, Demogeni? Hail. See you, Demogeni. Just in the case with Alita, I'd rather not have any EU expansion. It means Disney is touching the franchise. And off of that, I'll say one thing as Steph yawns because we're boring her. But we have had the EU continued, right? We've had the EU continued in one thing on paper, and that's right here, Marvel 108, right?
And I have one. And I have a copy myself.
Right, and this story, there's no political messaging, there's no any bullshit like that. It's just a fun, interesting story from the Star Wars EU. Marvel came to Lucasfilm and asked and finally let them make something. That is the chance that we have to get the EU back. If these authors continue to go to Del Rey and Del Rey continues to go to Lucasfilm and says, hey, we have people who want to make Legends content. And then you get the authorization from Lucasfilm to make it. That's basically what happened here. I think it can happen again. We saw an incredible fan victory with the Snyder Cut, which means that there is hope for corporations if you make enough noise. And maybe with some changing the guard at Lucasfilm, maybe this can happen someday.
Or maybe they're just holding up till Kathleen Kennedy gets either fired or decides to retire.
Yeah. And then Blue-Eyed Scorpio, Ryan, want to come play in my pillow fort?
Oh, he's talking about the Outer Rim Sieges.
I think he is. Indeed. It depends. It depends how big the fort is.
God.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh geez, Sandy, come on.
Wow. Yeah.
Now I know that Steph needs to get going soon. I was about to talk about Harry Potter. I know Steph's a big Harry Potter fan.
Woohoo! Harry Potter.
So,
Do you have to go?
Hey, I'm a Slytherin, so leave me alone.
You do?
What did you say, Seb?
I said I'm a Slytherin, so of course I'm going to be talking about that.
I'm a Slytherin too.
I think we
Oh,
were
my. I think we're all Slytherin, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm a Slytherin in the outer rim stages.
Except for Tugs, she's a Hufflepuff, and I think Jay's a Hufflepuff too.
Yeah.
Raging
Mara's
Rhino.
a Slytherin.
I'm
What are you, Rhino?
I'm a Jedi.
No, this dude is a Gryffindor.
I don't know what I am.
He could be a Ravenclaw.
My hat hasn't told me yet.
He was brave enough. He was brave enough to stand up to Star Wars theory, so he's a Gryffindor.
Okay.
They come for me though.
That's
I'm a
cute.
big
You're
troll.
surrounded by snakes, Rhino.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think Lethal is actually like either a Gryffindor or a Hufflepuff. Actually, I don't think he's a Slytherin.
He took the test though.
I don't care.
One.
You take the
Oh,
test and you
God.
answer what you think you want. Doesn't mean that's
I
what
will
you are.
take any test right now.
You
Steph.
already
Fire your
did.
question.
I
Fire your
sent
questions
it
at
to
me.
you.
Paternity.
Jesus.
And it determines you are not the father.
There it is. So do you have time to stick around for a little bit, Steph, or do you need to go?
I do need to go. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell everyone where they can find your channel and what you talk about there?
Oh, you can find me here on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all at the same handle, My Nerdy Home. You can also find me on the Drunk 3PO channel. I mostly on my channel do some watch streams. I know me and Ryan are doing one on the 100. It's a weekly stream that we do. And I also talk about DC movies that are shooting. Everything's shut down right now, so there's really nothing that is currently filming or in production. And I do movie reviews sometimes and reaction videos. So yeah.
Can we watch Flashdance?
We can watch Flashdance.
What a feeling. Oh my god, we're gonna watch Flashdance. Oh jeez, oh my god.
We can watch Flashdance.
Wow.
All right, well, make sure, Steph, please put your link in the chat. I know you don't put your link in there enough, but please put your link in the chat. Subscribe to Steph if you're not already. And thanks for being here.
No problem.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Steph.
Jeez, goodbye, Steph. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh, geez, Sandy. All right. But I did want to talk a little bit about Harry Potter, which isn't something I often... She also gives you makeup tips. Good, Blue-Eyed Scorpio. I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's so true. If you sat down and watched all her streams, by the end, you'd probably be really good at doing makeup.
Yeah.
Orange Shadow coming if you want a Harry Potter perspective. All right, I'll send you the link, Orange Chat.
Cool.
Hold on. And really, it's not so much talking about Harry Potter. It's mostly talking about what's her nuts, J.K. Rowling. But I do think that it's important to know a little bit about Harry Potter because to understand who J.K. Rowling is and why these people, it's so ironic that they try to cancel her for this one thing. And there is Steph's link. Please, guys, do click on that and sub to My Nerdy Home. Thank you, Steph, for being here and for modding, as always. But let's take a look at this. Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling anti-trans comments on Twitter spark anger.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys see this at all yesterday?
No.
I saw that.
I did.
I saw the tweets. I saw the tweets and I saw one of the responses, and I'm like especially the one that said, it's like women and some men and some non-binaries like also do this, and I'm like, somewhere a biology teacher failed you.
Look at this.
I just thought her latest retcons were getting. I thought, honest, I am not joking. I am not joking. When I read it, the first thing that went through my mind was I thought it was actually something to do with Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to talk about it, is because she has been so fast and loose to try to get diversity in her books, like retroactively and things like that. That's why it's so ironic. Larry got my RK Outpost t-shirt today. Fuck yeah, man. So happy. I'm glad those are getting out there. I've seen a lot of people. I don't know if you have Twitter, Larry, but share it out there on Twitter and tag me, and I'll make sure to retweet it too, because that is awesome, man. Really glad you got your stuff.
Yeah, I came a couple weeks ago.
Awesome. Yes.
Can't wear it yet. Can't wear it yet because it's at the house. You know, in California.
All right. I need a picture of it when you do, Subhuman. I need a picture of it.
I posted on Twitter.
Oh, you did? That's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I tagged you in it when I first came in.
I need a picture of you in it.
Oh, yeah. It'll be another few weeks before I get to the shirt. Like I said, that home wait for me. My mom gets my mail for me, and she said I had a package. Like, oh, it must be my shirt. I told her to take a picture of it so I could tag you on Twitter.
Hell yeah. Nice, man. Thank you. I do appreciate all the merchandise, guys. And we do have the merch shelf, so you guys should be seeing merchandise under the screen right now, which is pretty cool. We have Orange Hat Reviews here. Orange Hat Reviews, how are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. How are you guys doing?
Doing awesome. So you're a Harry Potter fan?
Yes, I am. Mostly of the books. The movies are okay, but the books are always better.
I completely agree. It's even in Star Wars.
Exactly.
Culture Casino, a $2 super chat. Sub Steph, she's awesome. JK said nothing wrong. Agree with all three of those things.
Same here.
Yeah. So this is what J.K. Rowling said. So let me read a little bit of this to give you guys the background. Harry Potter creator J.K. Rowling has come under fire for her latest anti-transgender tweets. The mind behind the beloved wizarding world, she has increasingly drawn the ire of her fans in the years since the final Harry Potter book and movie came out. She's been infamous for trying to retcon Harry Potter canon to make it seem more inclusive, whether it be through her comments on Twitter or official works like Fantastic Beasts prequel. And she's been noted for adding bizarre details like how students at Hogwarts went to the bathroom before plumbing. Evidently, people just shit on the ground and disappeared it. That's what she said. But this is what she tweeted.
Is that legit? She actually said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the only. Okay, to be fair, that would be the only reason if I had the power to do that would get me to go camping.
Yeah, it's probably the only time that you would use it. That's wow. She actually said that though.
Well, yeah, and listen, anytime that you create some kind of magical world, and especially as you're developing as you go, you're gonna have some things that like don't make sense. And she often tries to pretend like she had it all planned out from the beginning, which I just don't believe. Right? Because, for instance, here's a plot hole for you in Harry Potter. Why in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's, or in some people in the panels, Philosopher's Stone, did Dumbledore travel on a broom to the Ministry of Magic when it was literally the slowest option available to him? When we find out later that he could have used flu powder, that he could have apparated, because the headmaster can in fact apparate like he showed us. You know, there's so many things that there are plot holes in Harry Potter due to magic. However, like, go ahead.
If you understand the character, you might understand why he used a broom. He didn't like the minister or the ministry at all. He actually didn't care for being in the Wizengamot. He didn't care of any of that. So when he got summoned to the ministry, sometimes he would take his time just to fucking spite him.
Yep. Well, if you wanted to use that excuse to explain the plot hole, I could agree with that. But it does not, however, once he got to the ministry and realized that no one had sent for him, and he realized that someone could be going after the stone, why he would take a broom back. That makes zero sense. And he said,
"You're right there, though.
Your owl must have crossed my path in midair," because he never got it, which means that he took a broom back. So
I think it would happen like that in Prison of Azkaban also. Or was it Order of the Phoenix, I think.
I don't know specifically, but and like I'm not saying that the Harry Potter's a broken world or anything. I really like Harry Potter and I like the world, but anytime you have magic, there's going to be little things like that. You know what I mean? Especially as you're developing this grand world of something that we're not used to. But she has often tried to explain these kind of things. But this
she has come out and said Dumbledore was gay too, right, or something like that.
Yeah, like
that's been going like that for a while.
I mean, no, I'm saying it's like, but like there was like nothing to really indicate that he was until a fan asked, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's gay." sort of situation. I'm like, well, where is it that in the books?
It didn't say nothing about that in the books.
Yeah, that's so basically it was just her paying lip service to the people that wanted him to be gay.
She gave slight, and I mean very, very slight hints in the 7th book.
But even then, if you were to take that, then there would be like very slight hints in Lord of the Rings. So it's like basically like there's not like you can't really. That's not justifiable, really.
It's all about
like throwing it in,
really.
And it's like throwing it in at the last minute because she is trying to virtue signal to,
Yes,
basically.
Yeah, at that time she was actually
you're saying that in the 7th book is where you get a little bit of a reference that he might be a bit gay or something like that. But if you had have set it up maybe a few books beforehand, it might bring a bit more relevance to it actually being legit, as opposed to her just going, "Oh, I better make sure that I give some alphabet community representation," or whatever. It just seemed like last minute, oh shit, I better make sure that I do something.
We're talking about an old man that flies around on a broom between his legs. What more proof do you need?
Well, I mean, I actually got into a freaking, well, it really wasn't much of an argument because the person just totally was a crazy person. But they're like, Hermione is trans because Hermione Granger was actually trending last night on Twitter, and I'm like, oh Christ, let's see what the hell they're doing now, because I already knew about J.K. Rowling. And so I check it out, and I see this one, Hermione Granger is trans, and I'm like,
I saw that.
Okay, so I retweeted it, and I'm like, so how did she have a kid with Ron?
No kidding.
And I also replied in the same thing, and they're like, magic. Also, Ron is trans. I'm like,
what?
Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with you. I mean, if you're gonna deny reality that much about or this shit, oh my god, I'm not even. You have fun, Vinton. But piece of advice: the longer you stay in your little bubble of weirdness, the more dangerous it's going to be for you when you have to deal with the real world.
Yeah, I guess that means Harry Potter's pansexual, right?
Oh, she also said that Harry Potter was trans.
Oh, Jesus.
Literally everyone
thinks everybody in trans. Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
That's breaking the lore.
What are they doing in that school, man? Hogwarts. Someone needs to investigate that place.
Yeah. Although,
what's that little fucker?
Dobby.
Dobby. Yeah, I don't trust.
He was definitely trans.
Yeah.
She was definitely trans.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not defending these like batshit crazy people, but sometimes they just do this just to rile people up. So basically, I don't engage them at all.
Yeah,
I don't think they really truly believe this. They're just acting like little shits on Twitter.
So Blue-Eyed Scorpio says, do you think Daniel Radcliffe has ever shouted Expelliarmus during a money shot?
Yes.
Maybe,
I think he has.
Maybe Stupefy. I think maybe he said Stupefy.
Maybe. Is he still with his girlfriend?
No, I think it's probably Expecto Patronum. I think that is probably more likely, to be quite honest with you. I can't wait for that to be clipped. But
it's going to be clipped.
Thank you, Blue-Eyed Scorpio. But here's what she said, and this, like we were talking about, we're giving all these examples of J.K. Rowling retroactively adding woke points, diversity points, things like that into her stuff. Right? She is a big progressive person. She is very left-wing, very progressive, but she has this one opinion that a lot of other people share, and she's canceled. And here it is. So she retweets this opinion: creating a more equal post-COVID-19 world for people who menstruate. And she says, quote, people who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out. Woman. Obviously trying to imply that, oh, well, it's women.
Yeah.
And then she says, if sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love... Here's the thing. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. The idea that women like me, who've been empathetic to trans people for decades, feeling kinship because they're vulnerable in the same way as women, i.e. male violence, quote, hate trans people because they think sex is real and has lived consequences is a nonsense. I respect every trans person's right to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I do not believe it's hateful to say so. Right, something that is, I think, fairly progressive. I think that's a fairly progressive stance to have, you know? And the idea that she was just berated over Twitter all yesterday, and then people are coming up with examples of why she's so hateful and all this stuff, like, oh, you named an Asian character Cho Chang, how dare you? As if there aren't that's like as if there aren't people named that in the real world.
Yeah,
there are.
Yeah, it's just so fucking stupid.
Well, what do they want her to name her? I'm like, and it's like the same thing. Like, let's say she weren't in the books, then they'd be bitching about the fact that there's no diversity. So it's like, you can't please these people.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, well, then why didn't you put any trans people in your book if you care so much about her? So she's sitting here talking about how much she cares about trans people and trans rights and all of these things, simply stating that she believes that she's saying sex, she kind of means gender. There's people that are trying to make that description, that it is real. And that the people who menstruate are women. That's what she is saying that she believes. That is her opinion, and also, you know, backed by science. But she's being canceled because of that. Thank you, McKinney90. Appreciate the $1, my friend. Thank you very much.
She'll retcon it in a week.
Yeah,
No, she won't. One thing that can be actually said about her, she may be batshit crazy and she might be left wing, but she does stand by her, or she has not recanted any of her shit, I don't believe.
No.
Yeah. Basically, the one thing I would be interested to look into is the Hermione issue.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because the person who was cast for Hermione in the play of The Cursed Child was black.
Yeah.
Yep.
And people are like, what the fuck? This is bullshit, right? And then J.K. Rowling says, no, Hermione can be black. There's nothing wrong with that. And someone found a passage in the book where they talk about Hermione's pale white face. So I'd be interested to see where she came out on that one specifically. But yeah, for the most part, and then people would be like, hey, why aren't there any Jews at Hogwarts? And she's like, Avery Goldstein was a Jew. He was in Ravenclaw. You know, like she's said shit like that before. So I don't know. She hasn't gone back on too much of that shit. This obviously isn't in Hogwarts, right? This is just, she has said this stuff before. This is not the first time this has happened. Let's see if I can find another article. Because she's said this time and time again. J.K. Rowling Cancelled. December 19th, J.K. Rowling. Oh, I found it in literally a heartbeat. J.K. Rowling faces backlash after tweeting support for transphobic researcher. Dress however you please, call yourself whatever you like, sleep with any consenting adult who you'll have, live your best life in peace and security, but force women out of their jobs for stating that sex is real. Hashtag I stand with Maya. Hashtag this is not a drill. So I believe this is when either an actor or a reporter or something, or no, a British researcher who lost her job because she tweeted that sex is real. Like that. What do you mean Ryan Kinel's in Hufflepuff? Fuck you. I'm in Slytherin. Slytherin.
Wait.
If sex was real for at least half of these people, there'd be about half as much complaining going on.
I'm in Ravenclaw, if anything.
Well, I figure you mean the act, but the chance of a British researcher to definitively say that, like, the biological sexes are real.
What's that? Say that again.
Look at your profile picture, Mara. Oh, it's fucking real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And look at your gay picture. It's real.
She's like, oh my god, she's got the big boobs on her breast. Like, oh my god, man.
Lethal.
Huge.
Does that give you chills?
What, the boobage?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't give me chills. It warms me up.
Let's hear it. No, I want to hear you sing.
Do you know the song?
Oh my god!
They give me chills. They're electrifying.
No.
Oh,
no.
Chills are multiplying.
They're multiplying, and then
I'm not singing. I don't feel like singing. Oh my god!
Come on, bro.
Jeez, I don't like being.
You're doing this shit ass fucking impression. At least sing Lethal. Do it.
You brought this on yourself. I'm sorry.
All right, I gotta look up the lyrics. I need to.
I got chills. They're multiplying. And I'm losing control.
Why don't you just change your avatar back to zombie baby? Why don't you change your avatar back to zombie baby? Save yourself.
Why is this car automatic? Oh my god, it's systematic and hydromatic. Oh my god, it's Chris Lightning.
God, that sounds nothing like him. God.
That's literally how he talks. Oh my god. This is how he talks. Oh my god.
All right, so Riff Magos for Australian $5. Come on, Rhino. You're honor bound to take the piss out of this shit.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's fucking stupid. I mean, again, from what you read out there, sorry, I was away from the computer at the time, but from what you read out there, she really hasn't said anything really that bad. And for people to come after her for saying, I mean, she's an idiot anyway because of what she has done and said in the past. But I don't know. It's just, with things like this, I just think, what is this world really coming to when we're fighting over sexes?
It's a clown world, my friend. We live in a clown world.
Dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. What, like, seriously, we got bigger problems than fucking worrying about, am I allowed to call this person a he, she? Or, like, do I have to call them a they, them? It's so stupid.
Ryan, do you mind playing a honk honk clip? Honk honk. I feel that's very appropriate.
Do you have one?
I don't. Do you have one?
Well, I guess I'll find one. Honk honk. But you know, while I'm looking for this, I just think that it's ridiculous because we've shown the kind of person who J.K. Rowling is. Even as she's saying this, she's supporting the community and everything. The idea that you agree like 99%, this one fucking different opinion is worth canceling her over. And that these people, it's never enough for these people because she says, I support the trans community. They say, well, why don't you have so many trans characters in your book? Why aren't there this many black characters? Why aren't there this many Jewish characters? It's never fucking ending with these people, which is why it's pointless to try to fucking appease them, try to virtue signal, because they don't fucking care. It's
three words. Robert Meyer Burnett.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cancel culture, bitches.
Mm-hmm. Fucking bullshit. That's
Can't
such
stop.
bullshit.
Really
Won't stop.
I bet it's the same thing with like Natalie Portman wearing the names of all the female directors that got snubbed. Like, are you fucking serious? How many female directors have you employed, you stupid bitch? Like,
Yeah, that's what we're pointing out.
Yeah,
that's what we were pointing out. She's a production company, and they were like, "Oh, you have a production company that you have with your beta husband, and look at all these male directors that you hired for your projects."
But she can go
Why
out
did you
there
hire
and
these females?
put all these female names on her fucking scarf. I mean, what message do you expect to send doing that as well?
It's nothing but.
I just don't understand the whole premise behind it. Why?
They're either living in their own reality or they're paying lip service.
Thank you.
1 hour of clown honking. I think we could all use that at times.
Can you post that in the private chat? I'm gonna share that. That's good.
Oh God.
I think I'm gonna use that for whenever I create clips for my StreamYard account.
Every time Lisa does something stupid, you honk at him.
Or I just eat him.
Oh yeah. Well, he eat himself last night.
That's right. I packed up. I took my ball and I went home. Honk honk, motherfucker.
Makini 90 for $5. Thank you, Makini 90. Isn't it a stupid timeline that we have to defend J.K. Rowling? Just further proving how bad Twitter and the media is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You know, because what an ass with a bitch with a cuck says. J.K. Rowling is over party. Yeah, basically that's what everyone's trying to celebrate. As in clown makeup, that would be good right now. And I think Orange Chat Reviews is back. His Wi-Fi keeps going out, but he's back. Do you have any final thoughts on this whole thing, Orange Chat?
Yeah, basically, J.K. Rowling has said a lot of crazy shit, but eventually she does say one good thing, and everybody hates her for it. I mean, this woman did claim that her parents were gay, and they just didn't know it.
That's true.
And it's like, I'm like, what? How did they not know that they're gay? And if they are, how did they have you? But
God,
jeez, it's just nuts that a bunch of these idiots just don't know when to stop. You give them 1 inch of acknowledgement, and they want the whole fucking mile.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's just ridiculous.
Honk, honk. Oh my God. Honk, honk.
Oh God. I don't live in fucking Louisiana, John Jones. Louisiana's trash. It's not really trash, but I just don't like the Ryan Kinel from Louisiana. Just
It
saying.
kind of weird because I live close to Louisiana. I wonder if he lives down in New Orleans.
Oh, there you go. Now I want to talk about one more thing too. We're coming up on 2 hours. It's gone pretty quick. But I want to talk about this. Look at that seizure-ish down there. It stopped. This crazy rumor that we have heard. This crazy rumor that we have heard about Ben Affleck, Jared Leto, and Joe Manganiello wanted for original Batman project on HBO Max. Now, we have heard about the canceled Batfleck movie that was supposed to be Batman versus Deathstroke that we get a tease of during Zack Snyder's Justice League when Batman and Deathstroke face off. Now, this originally was reported by The Cultured Nerd. Reports their sources have confirmed the corporation want Jared Leto and Joe Manganiello as part of the package for a straight-to-HBO Max original Batman project. They're committed to the Matt Reeves Batman, and that's the plan. Nothing's stopping that, but they also want to pursue a mini-series or a DC film on HBO Max. And obviously, Joe Manganiello has tweeted a lot about the Snyder Cut because he knows his part was so much more during Zack Snyder's Justice League. Affleck's script for the Batman did a deep dive into Arkham Asylum and had the Cape Crusader fighting Deathstroke. Other rogues, including Joker, would have figured in as well. The one he couldn't crack is likely what Affleck and Warner are in talks to make. Zack Snyder could reportedly return to produce. Now, this is very much a rumored. I like Cultured Nerd, but this is very much a rumor. What do you guys think about Ben Affleck returning?
I think, holy shit, just hook it to my fucking veins. Don't even bother putting it on screen, man.
Yeah.
Just get the content, liquefy it, put it in a needle, and just shove it in my veins, man. Like, dude, everyone's gone on about how they want to see Henry Cavill, Superman fight The Rock's Black Adam. I'm all for that, but the one that I really want is Deathstroke versus Batman. You know, Ben Affleck's Batman. You know, I want to see that shit. I want to see them go fucking Mortal Kombat on each other and pound each other's faces in, because we all know, some of us might not admit it, but we all know that a Batman versus Deathstroke fight could be potentially one of the greatest comic book fight movie moments ever, man. That shit would just be amazing.
It would.
Fucking amazing.
It would.
No, it's a rumor. And I would love for this to happen. I would love this to be an indication that there might be a slight altering of the, I don't want to say changing of the guard, but like altering on how like the studio behaves, because the studio was a big part of why Ben Affleck left in the first place. And I feel like they would have to change on their end, Warner Brothers, as well as if Zack Snyder asked him to come back, he would. And I would love to see something like this on HBO Max, even in a mini-series type of form. Like if they were to break it up into parts and like release like one part a week or something like that, that would I would love that. Just seeing Arkham Asylum, Deathstroke, Batman. Jared Leto's Joker, I'm iffy on, because I'm waiting to see if they do release the heirs cut what the Joker would have been in that movie for Suicide Squad.
Gun to my head, this Batman rumor, I don't think it's true. I don't think it's ever happening. My gut tells me that it's Snyder Cut Justice League, and that's it. That's what my gut tells me. The Henry Cavill appearance that's part of his contract, I feel, is going to be the Black Adam movie. The air cut of Suicide Squad, I feel that's pretty 50-50. But my gut is telling me that it's only the Snyder Cut of Justice League. I want the whole thing. I want the whole vision. I want all of it. But I've just got this feeling saying we're just getting Snyder Cut.
Are you telling me that if the Snyder Cut being released, let's say it ends up being excellent, like everybody loves it, people rave about it. Yes, it's always going to have its people that don't like it, just like there are people out there that's, you know, didn't even like the announcement of it coming. But
we call them douchebag, lying, wanking, hypocrite motherfuckers.
Fucking retarded cunts. Now I can't even remember what I was going to say. I got too lost in my own bullshit.
So you're telling me that if the Snyder Cut's good,
yeah, sorry. So if the Snyder Cut's good, there's got to be a chance that they're going to continue the Snyderverse, the Snyder story, and you can't. I mean, you can't change from, let's say, Ben Affleck to Pattinson within that same story, because it's like the same thing with the Batwoman thing. You know, that you just can't change the character like that. And from my point of view, Ben Affleck is the best portrayal of the Batman that I've seen, I think. And he looks the best for the role. I mean, I was saying it yesterday on the Raging Geek Jedi show, we were talking about it, and I said, when you look at the animated series of Batman and how square he is, right? How square his face is, that jawline and everything, Affleck looks exactly like that.
He does.
That is true.
I will say that I feel the possibility of getting the entire Snyderverse is the same amount as getting the EU back in Star Wars.
Yeah. My whole thought on this.
I don't know, because if Warner Brothers, they're not exactly, great, but they're not as bad as Disney, I don't think. If they see the dollar signs coming in, if they see the potential, like say that they were to release the Snyder Cut on DVD and see the dollars coming in that way, people going out and buying copies of it and things like that, we could potentially see, maybe not exactly the complete vision necessarily, but we could start seeing, them bringing Zack Snyder back for Man of Steel 2, maybe to produce that like a Batman versus Deathstroke miniseries or movie on HBO Max sort of a situation. I'm looking at this going that there is that possibility. I'm not saying it's definite that it will happen if even the Snyder Cut is successful, but there is that possibility there. Especially with Henry Cavill coming back for a cameo appearance and everything. So I'm thinking, for me,
I can't say that they're going to rule it out completely based on the fact that we're getting the Snyder Cut. Based on the fact that we're getting the Snyder Cut alone, and essentially the fans were listened to some degree, I can't say that it's 100% a no that Affleck will come back as Batman. I think there's a good chance. I really, I truly, I mean, you know me, I'm not massive DC. I don't look into it as much as you guys do. You guys could know a hell of a lot more than I do. But just looking in from the outside sort of thing, there's a bigger chance than you think. I wouldn't put it necessarily on the same level as the EU coming back. The EU coming back, I mean, you look at what Kathleen Kennedy says, we don't have any source material. She's a fucking moron as well. But you get my meaning. Like, we're getting the Snyder Cut. That's one step in the right direction to say that there's a very good chance that, Snyder gets given free rein to now go, all right, we're going to allow you to do what you want to do. What do you want to do? Right?
I think that... Go ahead. Sorry.
And then, you know, everyone keeps telling me the only way that Affleck will come back is if Snyder asks him. Well, what do you reckon the odds of him asking Affleck to come back would be if HBO or whoever, Warner, came to him and said, do what you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
So here's where I think in reference to... Oh, go ahead, Owen Chat. I'll let you speak, then I'll talk.
Well, as to the rumor, there's one thing that, I mean, if the Snyder Cut is successful, Warner Brothers can't deny that. They can't just say, well, okay, fine, they had their fun, it was successful, hoorah. No, they would actually be smart about this. They should, and they should, because they want to capitalize on it. This is their redemption in a way. As for the rumor of HBO Max getting a Batman versus Deathstroke thing, what does, I'm going to treat that as a rumor too, because I don't see much stock in it, because first off, HBO Max is supporting Snyder and funding him to finish what he started. And yes, Warner Brothers also has to approve of the Snyder Cut being released with HBO Max. Now, with this rumor, it all depends on whether Warner Brothers is going to approve it or not. But I think that would depend solely on the success of the Snyder Cut. And believe me, I think that there's a good chance. And as for Batman or Affleck coming back, I believe that if he can get his head in the right area again, not drinking or anything like that, but if he can get his head in the right area as Batman, and if Snyder does ask him, I'm pretty sure he might come back. I'm not 100%, but I'm actually around 60% sure he might.
Didn't he start losing the plot? Like, didn't Affleck start losing the plot after Snyder sort of left?
Yeah, it was during the reshoots to Justice League. Yeah. But obviously Affleck, and that is the kicker here. So as far as in reference to the EU coming back, I think that, listen, the reason the Snyder thing happened is because there's a bigger fan base out there for the release of Snyder Cut movement than there is for #GiveUsLegends or the EU movement. There just is, bottom line. Yeah. These are movies that were released in theaters that made hundreds of millions of dollars. But that doesn't mean that the EU movement is nothing or anything like that. We just need to get back on the right track. I think there's a lot of people out there that still want the EU that have just given up. But we are getting the Snyder Cut.
Yep.
We can't wait, though. So to like your point, Rhino, I don't think you can sit back and say, well, let's wait till 2021 when it comes out. And if it's good, then they'll start making a Batman thing. No, it takes so long, you know. It takes so long to get that stuff going. And Ben's only getting older. All these people are only getting older. So I have no doubt in my mind that AT&T would love for Ben Affleck to be back as Batman for an HBO thing. The idea, though, of Affleck coming back when he walked away, you listen to that interview or you read that interview that Ben Affleck did where he talked about his struggles with alcohol, when he talked about the Batman script and how he thought it was incredible, right, what they were doing, like what they were trying to build with that Batman script. And then he had a friend tell him, this is the best script I've ever seen. But I think if you have to go through this again, you're literally going to kill yourself.
Did you hear the rumor who that was that told him that?
Who? Damon? Who?
Nah,
Kevin Smith? Kevin Smith?
No. Who? Jeff Johns.
Oh, really?
That's the rumor.
No. There's no way that Affleck. There's no way that Jeff Johns said that to him, because like I don't think they're friends. Like it sounded like Ben Affleck was talking to a good friend. I don't think he's good friends with Jeff Johns.
Well, given what Jeff Johns did, that's like so. It's like basically just a 180 sort of opinion.
Where did we hear that?
That's right on. That's just some of the shit that's going around with it. I mean, I
wouldn't put it past Jeff Johns with all the shit he pulled, but I don't know if like Affleck would consider him a friend for any reason.
Well, they would have worked close together. They would have, especially through like Justice League. I mean, I will always love Jeff Johns. I will always love Jeff Johns. Some of the stuff he's written is just brilliant, like absolutely brilliant on the comic side of things. But we all know that when it came to the movie side, he really wanted full control. Like he was fighting hard for full control. And he's got a bit of a reputation of being a bit, you know, pulling some dodgy crap here and there to gain more power on that front. So there's no way to know unless Ben comes out and tells us who it was. But
let's be real for a
like
second. The HBO are in the business of making money
Yeah.
out of entertainment, right? And they're willing to now throw more money at the Snyder Cut to bring it out because they believe that they can profit from it. Anyone disagree with that?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if they believe that they can profit from this because of the fan movement that grew from it, surely they've got to be in the back of their mind. They've got to be thinking, we've got to expand from this. We can't just bring out this one thing. It's almost like Disney coming out with The Mandalorian to try and sell Disney Plus subscriptions, and then it just falls on its ass because, all right, everyone's seen The Mandalorian now. Who cares? I just don't see that they're just going to do the Snyder Cut now and that's it, especially if they're going to throw, I mean, yeah, Campia, you keep going 30 million, 50 million, 70 million. Who cares how much they're going to spend on this thing? They're going to spend it and they're going to get it out and they're going to do it properly. And
I think the haircut's coming.
Yeah.
I think the haircut's coming.
Well, there's more almost evidence that they feel like they've got a little bit of a cash cow here. Surely.
The thing with Snyder Cut and Air Cut, though, is it's not making a whole new product.
Right.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. All it needs is editing and visual effects. You don't need the filming. You don't need all of that stuff. Like that, I agree, Lethal. That's the difference between the Snyder Cut and the Air Cut and these new things coming out. I do think that Cavill is in talks to do the Man of Steel sequel and all these appearances. I do think that that's the case. I think there's a reason that he was there with Zack Snyder for the announcement of Justice League on that Man of Steel watch party. I think there's a reason because he is in talks. And they're stupid if they don't want him back. Cavill's played this game the whole time, right? He's been very neutral about the entire experience. So I think he's in talks.
It's funny. It's funny we were talking about that. I think we were talking about it on the stream when it was announced. It was like, well, it's kind of poetic how it was Cavill because he was the one that's been like very tight-lipped about it. But there was a clip about, I want to say about a month, maybe 2 months before the reveal, where he gets asked and he just gives this massive smile and then walks away.
About the Snyder Cut?
Yeah.
Well, listen, for all the people and for all the people that thought this only changed in the last week, I just don't think it's true. And when we had Andy on here, we talked about that a little, Lethal, how I explained how since February, all the things that have happened that show you that like this was in the works. Like I forgot to mention, that is when we had the official Zack Snyder shirts made. The Zack Snyder's Justice League was rebranded, right? After November, when they contacted him about it, then February was this meeting. We get the Zack Snyder branding. It was no more release the Snyder Cut. Anytime you heard Zack talk about it, was Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know, like it was already the plan going forward. So,
yeah, but yeah, he dropped some pretty big hits. Well, one big hint.
Yeah. Well, and I guess like I'm not, I'm not saying that that it's like anything about the Batman Deathstroke movie is definite or anything like that. That's going to be happening. I know it's a rumor. I'm just saying that if AT&T and Warner Media were smart and they wanted to capitalize on the momentum going with the Snyder Cut, and now the ones calling for the Air Cut to be released. Yes, those are films that were already filmed, so it wouldn't really take much in the way of production costs to finish them and put them on HBO Max. But at the same time, all the people getting the subscriptions for the service, all the people willing to, if it's good, buy the Blu-rays whenever they come out, which I would hope that HBO Max does something like that, like release a Blu-ray version of this Snyder's Justice League with a bunch of different bonus features that people can have. You have that momentum. You have that fan base. So they would, in a way, be stupid to not try to capitalize on it at least a little bit. I'm not saying to wait until I'm not saying it'll definitely happen in the near future, but I think it should in a way because now you have that progression of events leading up to Zack Snyder's Justice League, leading up to David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and I can see it happening with how Deathstroke was treated in Justice League. I want to see how his character was.
If they're going to do it, they have to get on it pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. They could, for all I know, like, they could announce it, and then it could start production next year. As long as the announcement is out, that's what people care about at this point.
Yeah, and I guess one thing to look at is Ben Affleck is looking a hell of a lot more healthier these days.
Yes, he is.
That is true.
He is healthy in mind and spirit, and it just, it's gonna. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what that is, and
that's the other thing too. A lot of time has passed. Sorry to interrupt you, Ryan, but a lot of time has passed for him in regards to the alcoholism. He might be a little bit more on top of it. And again, if Zach asks him, and he's not having all the issues and all the production issues that he was having with the other cut, after Snyder left, I just think there's a very, very good chance. Sorry to interrupt you, Ryan.
But he is looking bigger. He's looking healthier. He's got like a nice piece of ass on his side now. He's back, baby. He's moving up in the world.
Yeah.
What's he with now?
Oh, what's
Some
her
hot
name?
chick.
Ava something.
And is it Anna de Armas?
Yeah, the one who was in the casting for
Knives Out
for Catwoman, right?
Yeah,
who was one of the finalists.
She was in Knives Out. That's all I know. She was in that film.
Negative for $5 says, "Can you switch to fucking Disney for a while?" Or how many are they going to kill for greed? How many billions will they lose on Star Wars? Well, I don't think they're going to lose billions. I just simply think they're not going to make as much as they could have.
Who are they killing?
Boba Fett.
I don't know how many they're going to kill for greed, but as far as a company and things like that, if that's what you're talking about, negative, then I don't know if that's how you say your name. NG1Teve. I like to think it's negative, but I don't really know. Or I see Khalil's back. One person defends a voice actor who blows the F up. Well, no, you told me to fuck off. So when you come at me and say fuck off, I'm going to say, go fuck yourself, little bitch. That's what I'm going to say, Khalil Hines. Why did it take so long for you to come back? Why did it take like a fucking hour for your bitch ass to come back in the chat? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I forgot about him too because he's he's an irrelevant bitch. That's why. But good to see you again, Khalil. Thanks for coming back. Anyway.
Look at Rhino. Rhino's like,
I was exceptionally pissed when I heard that they were bringing back Fett just to kill him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Fett coming back and then just crawling like 5 feet in the desert and just dying like a bitch. I'm sorry. That is the ultimate insult to somebody like Fett.
Please don't kill me, says Boba Fett. Yeah, and that's what we know is going to happen. That's what we knew was going to happen. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it's. Ugh. I swear to God, I'm going to hack the fucking football. I'm going to hack the fucking football.
Jedi Padawan Tana says, "I'm unkillable." We know you are. We know you are.
Don't order in my house.
WTF?
I'll change that.
Oh, what do you want, Khalil? What do you want? What the fuck, dude? Okay. You got anything else to say? Calm down. No, you're a bitch. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, we are getting down to the end of the stream here. I was going to do it at the beginning, but I forgot. Actually, I picked up some shit from my P.O. box. I have 2 things. I think one of them could be really cool based on what I see on the side. I don't know who they're from or anything like that. But do you guys want to hang out with me for a little bit while I open them? And I will be doing the
open the box.
I will be doing the member and the patron hangout in Discord after this as well, guys. So don't forget that. So I have 2 things.
I wonder what's in the box.
We have 2 things, and we'll let everybody plug themselves and say goodbye.
That big box is just a giant butt plug, and the other one's just porno DVD.
There you go.
Did you send them, Rhino? Are these both from you?
Man. God. You don't have to tell everyone.
Get this shit open. Why is there a fucking box inside this? I wrapped it like a fucking Christmas present.
It's going to be one of those boxes inside a box, inside a box, inside a box until there's like, it gets like a key ring.
I do always hope that it's not just.
My brother did something like that for Christmas one year. I was like,
My dad did that to me on my 13th birthday.
I am always a little concerned that someone might give me like, you know, something not nice and then I'll open it on stream. But, you know, if it happens, it happens. So it's an action figure.
Ooh, action figure.
It's Ahsoka.
Oh God, I hope it's not Ahsoka.
Or Baby
Please,
Yoda.
It's
It's Baby
not
Yoda.
Ahsoka.
It's Baby
Please.
Yoda.
I will laugh my ass off if it's Ahsoka.
Or Baby Yoda, yeah.
Oh shit! This is the this is awesome. This is the Chuck Norris of Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you got a Kyle.
We got a Kyle Katarn.
Yeah, full screen. Full screen.
Damn, dude.
Yes.
That's
holy
awesome.
shit.
That is some gold.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gold.
Yeah.
Damn.
Whoever sent that to Ryan, can you send me one?
Yeah. God.
Yeah, no kidding. That is awesome.
Holy shit.
This
Wait,
is
that,
fucking awesome.
Isn't that Dark Forces Cal Katarn?
Yep, it's Dark Forces Kyle Katarn. It even says Star Wars Expanded Universe right on it. Holy shit. Thank you so much.
Total nerdgasm.
Yeah. I don't see a note or anything for who it's from. And the box just said like basically it's from eBay or something. But thank you so much to whoever sent this. That's incredible. I fucking love this. Kyle fucking Katarn.
Is that the only Cal Katarn you have now, or do you have another one?
That's the only one I have. I don't know how many other ones I've seen, like maybe one other one before, but this is so cool. Thank you.
Man, put that up on your wall, dude.
I do. I need to put it up right now, in fact. Here, let me boom,
Yeah,
boom.
just take it over right next to your Jaina Solo.
Right over. You can see Jaina Solo. You can see Jaina Solo.
No, I can't see Jaina Solo.
Well,
I
and
know who she is.
the reason, this is the one, and I didn't even notice it until like basically halfway through the stream, and we were already talking about Revan. But this says Revan in like ink on the box.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
So I did.
I'm about to get so jealous.
I did mention the other day that I like or that I've been missing out on like the one Black Series thing that I really wanted was
It's probably it right there.
Well, we'll see. Maybe someone's just trolling me. It's the Revan Saber.
What if it's his Mando helmet?
Put it next to my Baby Yoda. No. God damn it.
Maybe you still got that Baby Yoda?
What Baby Yoda? I have a picture of Baby Yoda.
That's what I mean.
Get a knife.
God
You need
damn
a
it.
knife, dude, or some
You don't have any,
scissors.
yeah, don't have any scissors there?
Here, watch this. I've
Okay.
We're gonna do this.
You using clippers?
Yeah. This is like that sticky ass fucking tape too.
That's that packing tape. Of course, it's gonna be sticky.
Well, yeah. I didn't
That's
come
what she said.
prepared. I didn't come prepared. And there's like a million fucking things on it. God damn. Here we go. I'm destroying it. Again, no name on this. Basically, just like a shipping thing, like it was bought online. Look at this. There's a lot of paper
Bubble
towel
wrap.
in here. What is that? I hear the sound. A lightsaber.
No, that was someone
I heard
vaping.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Ah, there it is. That was someone vaping.
Oh yeah, I finally got
packaged
my
with-
lightsaber working again.
You got some spare
packaged
toilet
with-
paper there.
I do. It's valuable in these times.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my fucking god! It's the right size.
That's what she said.
Oh. All right.
All right, what is...
What we got here?
It's a Black Series. Oh my fucking god! I have looked for this for so long and never found one and pulled the trigger. Darth Revan.
there you
go.
Revan.
Not
Dude.
There it is.
Darth
That's
Revan.
Darth Revan.
I've wanted this for so fucking long. This is going right next to my Jaina Solo. I don't see. There's no receipt or packing slip or anything, so I don't know who sent it. But to whoever did, this is fucking awesome.
It is fucking awesome.
I called it.
Thank you guys so much. Yes, you did, Subhuman. That Star Wars.
That's because he
Nice.
sent it. It was Subhuman, wasn't it?
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah. That's why he called it.
Oh, trust me. If I was going to send him something, I'd send him something. He never thought he would.
Trust me, whoever bought that freaking spent a lot of money on it. I mean, that, or fucking Revenant Black Series, that's not easy to find.
And, you know, we talked about it a little earlier. God sent it to you. Yes, I believe that God sent it to me. There was divine intervention. So thank you so much to whoever it was. I really fucking appreciate this. This is incredible. I love this. I love this. So thank you. I thought it was going to be like a Baby Yoda or a Ahsoka Tano or a Rey figure. And it's two characters that I absolutely love from the Star Wars Expanded Universe. So thank you guys so much. Whoever did it. If you DM me or whatever, comment in the chat, let me know. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you.
Now you got to do get Darth Malik.
Well, I don't know if there's a Malik.
Nah, there is no Malik. Not in the Black Series.
That is love, says author Stephen Walton. Yes, that is awesome. Leave Revan in his box. Oh, he is staying right here where I can keep him safe. I'm going to keep him here for like 300 years like the Emperor. But thank you so much for this and the Kyle Katarn, two badass people from the Star Wars EU. But that is going to wrap up the stream, everybody. I think, is Park Hoppin' live right now, guys?
Not that I've heard.
Let me.
I know they went live at like 4 o'clock. It's going on 6 right now, my time. Well, the time.
Okay,
unless they're on Twitch.
Okay, Park Hoppin's not live right now. I was going to send you there, but they must have ended.
Yeah, they ended.
We do have Geeks and Gamers. We do have Geeks and Gamers coming, Geeks and Gamers Twitch stream coming on Mario Kart tonight. Please make sure you guys check that out.
Jedi Padawan's got the Mario Kart, so he must have played tonight.
There you go. Nice. You have to get in there.
And I'm going to be there too and see if I can jump in too and whoop some ass on Jeremy again.
Well, let's let everyone plug their channel and everything. Let us know what you got going on. We'll start with Lethal Lightning.
Oh jeez! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh jeez! I suppose I should do a video. I haven't done a video in over a week, so I should probably do a video tonight. I've got Lyndon's made more clips that I need to upload onto the live channel. Subscribe to the live channel. Subscribe to Gaming with Geeks, and follow me on Twitch. And thank you all for being here, except for that one dude that, I don't know, was looking for a dickin' from Ryan and he got it.
Yeah, and then he went away. I must have satisfied him. Mara, tell us about your channel.
Hello, I go by Mara Jade, OG Mara Jade on Twitter, Jade Shadow for YouTube. I try to put out videos every other day or so during the week, live streams if I'm able to. With my better internet, I'm able to do that now. I also put out on Twitter today that I'm thinking about expanding my content a bit and becoming a Twitch thought. So, but I can't promise when exactly that'll start necessarily. Normally I do a weekly live stream on Saturdays with Lethal Lightning, but I'm thinking of skipping this Saturday and then the following week, as part of our weekly live stream, do a Lord of the Rings discussion. And I'm currently in the process of inviting people to be on the panel.
I just realized we don't have mods to drop the link as we're saying.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, I got it. Hold on. Lethal, you're a mod. Drop your own link.
Yeah, but he's lazy as a mod.
I'll get it.
Oh well, I know how to mute my microphone, Sub. No, I'm signed into the wrong account. Give me a sec.
I got it.
All right, guys. Lethal.
Here's Lethal. Here's Lethal's channel. Lethal Lightning. Boom. I spelled your name wrong because I was typing quick. And then I'll drop Mara's channel as well as Subhuman tells you what he has going on.
Right now, my channel is a work in progress still, but you can sub because I dropped my channel on my Twitter. And as of right now, I am sitting on, let me see here,
Like 50 something subs, right?
Hang on. Nope. 67.
No, 67. Is it Subhuman 84? I know it's subscribed earlier. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's Subhuman 84, but remember, Sub and Human are separate.
Got it. And is 84 space too?
No, it's just like how it is in my here on my little tag down here.
Okay, you're at 67 subscribers.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I dropped the link early this morning. And I'm already past.
24. Boom. Make sure you guys sub to Subhuman84. I just put his link in chat as well. Thank you, Nissa, for being here. I see you're saying goodbye. Raging Rhino, plug yourself.
You might want to rephrase that. You can find me at Raging Rhino on YouTube and at Rhino Raging on Twitter. I'm currently doing a series of videos called Disney's Star Wars Continuity, basically breaking down at the moment each individual character from the sequel trilogy. I cover everything Star Wars, and you can find me streaming all weekends now. John Talks Friday night, Lethal Lightning with the Full Aussie Saturday morning, and then Saturday night you can find me on the Raging Geek Jedi show with the Geek Blend and Lost Jedi 22. So come follow. Let's have some fun.
I don't know why I can't find your channel. That's weird. I know I have it in my description though. Here we go.
Busy lad, Rhino. Busy lad.
Yep.
It's been moving, that's for sure. And I'm nearly at 300 subs, which is awesome. I'm at 286, so
let's get him. We got
to get to 300 there soon.
We got 14 people in here that aren't subbed. I just dropped the link. Go sub to Raging Rhino. And we also have Orange Hat Reviews.
Well, Orange Hat Reviews. I do movie reviews, entertainment news. I also do versus streams every other Friday. So last Friday night we did The Emperor's Daughters, Mary Sue Palpatine versus Valen, and Rey got her ass kicked. The next one is going to be not this Friday, but next Friday, and it's going to be Darth Vader versus Darth Malgus. And yeah, we're gonna hopefully have a full panel for that one to discuss who's gonna win in a battle between those two. I do random streams every now and then, random movie talk, current event stuff too. Pretty much. Also, if I get to 500 subs, because somebody got me to 450, and so they locked in the hat coming off. So at 500 subs, I'll do a hat removal stream.
What?
A hat removal
called me.
Oh.
I thought you was telling like Orange Hat. All right, that's enough. Like
Lethal doesn't want the hat to come off, but yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Wrap it up. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's like when the music starts at an award show, you know. Oh shit, I'm gonna go off stage.
Well, I just put.
So sorry. I thought my mic was muted.
Oh, that was you, Mara? I thought it was Lethal. Because I know that he doesn't want me to do it.
So that is Orange Hat Reviews channel. Make sure to sub to him as well. I appreciate all you guys being here. And I'm gonna post Fatal J's stream. Fatal J stream is coming up in 30 minutes. If you guys want to be there for a while, please go there. I just posted it in the chat. Set your reminders. He's going to be talking about some stuff. Fatal J is a great dude. Make sure you check him out.
I might be on that one.
Everyone else here? Well, there you go. Perfect. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Thank you, Michael, for being here the whole stream. Thank you, everybody, for being here the whole stream. You guys are awesome. Hang out for the patrons and members in Discord later if you want to do so. It'll be in the supporter chat. I'll be there in maybe 15 minutes or so. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Rubba. Congrats on the awesome figures. It's fucking incredible. Thank you so much for the Darth Revan and the Kyle Katarn. It's incredible. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Be kind to each other. And I will talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Stay humble.
I need to know